All right, you guys. We are coming at you live with some breaking news type ish. Charlie Kirk was just shot. He was just shot really bad. This happened in Utah at a university where he was doing a speech, with this whole Turning Point America thing that he does. This is not good. I just want you guys to know, like, I literally just came from watching the actual video of him being shot, and I don't see how he's gonna make it. To be perfectly honest with you, I recommend against watching it because of how graphic it is. It is literally one of the worst things that I've seen. Clearly not one of the worst things I've ever seen, but like in recent history, this is super bad, you guys. Like, this is not good at all. Like, I really don't think this dude is going to live. I would be absolutely shocked if Charlie Kirk lives through this. There was so much blood. He was shot in the neck. And now, of course, YouTube isn't going to let me show you guys this. It's insane. It's literally super graphic. I went downstairs and I showed it to Jax, and she was just in utter disbelief. Like, it was hard for her to even fathom. I'm still kind of in shock from seeing this. And I've seen a lot of violence. I've seen people get shot. I'm already hearing reports that he didn't make it. Oh my God. Man, so like, I've seen a lot of violence. I've had people get stabbed behind me, and I've had I've had blood just all over the back of my neck while I was waiting for canteen in prison. I've seen people get shot right in front of me. This was decently hard to watch. I'm going to be honest with you guys. We have Josh P., former combat medic. With the amount of blood lost immediately after the shot, he would need surgical intervention within 3 minutes to survive. Josh, thank you for sharing your expertise with us. I don't think he's going to live, dog. I really don't think that he's going to live. The shooter has been caught. The shooter is in custody. I don't really want to speculate on the identity of the shooter. Somebody did hit me up that is kind of plugged in, and they said that the shooter was trans, but that hasn't been confirmed yet, and I don't want to run with that. I also heard that it was an older man. And yeah, it was at the Utah. What was the name of that place? Utah Valley University. Utah Valley University. Thank you, Joseph. I appreciate you, man. We're gonna check out some of this, what's being said right now. Because let's just jump into this, man. Sorry, I'm a little out of sorts. This is kind of crazy. We're gonna jump into some of this and check out what's actually going on. Because holy fuck, man. Let's try to get to the breaking news with this. Stop doing that.
Events. We do not know the extent of Kirk's injuries. The University Alert says a suspect is in custody and police are investigating. Let's go to Justice correspondent Scott McFarland now. Scott, what are you learning?
This was a publicly advertised event by this conservative media icon, Charlie Kirk. It began at 2 p.m. on the East Coast, 12 p.m. local time in Utah. A public speech in front of a large crowd at Utah Valley University, an enormous school in central Utah. The FBI director, Kash Patel, has issued a statement saying, "We're closely monitoring reports of the tragic shooting involving Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University." And the governor of Utah, Spencer Cox, says, "I'm being briefed by law enforcement following the violence directed at Charlie Kirk during his visit to Utah Valley University today." The law enforcement presence there is likely to include the FBI, and Utah Valley University has a police force, so does the community of Orrin, Utah. But at this point, we're going to lean on what the FBI and governor are saying, that this is a violent act that involved Charlie Kirk. His remarks have ended as the violence broke out there in Orrin, Utah. Maurice.
Scott, best you can.
So from what I can tell you from having watched the video, which, like, as I said, I highly recommend against watching the video. It is extremely graphic. It's close up. He's standing there or sitting there on his stool, and he's talking, and he had just finished a sentence saying this is because of gang violence or something like that. And you hear a shot, and you just see his body jerk, and blood just starts gushing out of his neck. Like, serious amounts of blood gushing. Like, they got his ass, and they got him really, really bad.
Shot, is that
Like,
correct?
it's not good.
Well, the videos that are coming in, which we are working with our CBS News team, confirmed team to
Space, which is a university campus.
Okay, what we're trying to do right now is catch up.
Okay, that's what a witness said, that the one shooter who is in custody, we are told, the person said, I would do it again. Scott McFarlane, as we try to make some sense of this thing here, there is no sense really. What are you learning about the investigation at this point?
the two law enforcement officials
So witnesses said that the shooter, as being taken into custody, said, I would do it again.
speaking with CBS News confirmed there is a suspect in custody right now. The university had said that. Now we have law enforcement sources saying the same. There's these images that are being shared of somebody being handcuffed on the ground on site near where the shooting was there at Utah Valley University. University is closed. There's an emergency response there being flooded by law enforcement, just as you'd expect. FBI, ATF, local police, campus security as well. There is this this notation that I made for myself to underscore a point. This event was publicized. This was not one of those you had to have a pass and you had to have a backdoor way of figuring out where the event was going to be held for security reasons. This was a publicized event, location and time. It was to begin at noon local time.
Well, and that's what Charlie Kirk does. Like, let's be honest, that's exactly what Charlie Kirk does. He has these huge events. You can see the crowd. And some states he goes to, he's met with open arms and very welcomed. And they have really good, constructive debates. And other states, like I've seen the footage from when he came to Eugene, Oregon, to the University of Oregon. They're a lot more heated. But he welcomes any type of debate. And he's very respectful in his debate 90% of the time. Like, you have to like really fire shots at Charlie Kirk for Charlie Kirk to be a dick. It seems like he understands that you don't win by insulting the other people. You know what I'm saying? And he was sitting right there. You could see it. Let me get this full screen for you guys so I can sort of describe this a little bit better, because I don't want you guys to have to go watch this. He was sitting right there on that little stool. You can see him right there. There's a close-up. Somebody who was like front row was recording, and all of a sudden, just boom, right through his neck, and just gushing, absolutely fucking gushing blood. It was pretty horrific.
2 p.m. on the East Coast in Utah. Utah is an open carry state, but there are restrictions on the carrying of firearms at schools, colleges, and universities, Maurice.
Okay, Scott McFarlane, thank you. Let's go back to Sam Vinograd. As people try to get their heads around the idea that there's been another political...
I keep seeing people saying that Charlie Kirk is dead, and I have not seen anything that confirms that. Does anybody have any real confirmation, like an actual confirmation on that? I know they would have had to get to him really quickly, but they did get the shooter. Yeah, they absolutely got the shooter. The shooter, when being taken into custody and cuffed, witnesses that were there said that he said he would do it again. Sunny Days says he's not dead. Nobody has confirmation yet. Yeah, and like, look, if you see the video, I watched the video like 3 or 4 times because I honestly, I was looking at it and I was like, I can't fucking believe this is real. I cannot believe this is actually real. So I watched it multiple times. But I guess that the witnesses said that the shooter said that he would do it again. As far as Charlie, like with that shooting, I don't know how he would have survived that, dude. Like I watched it right before I came on screen. I saw it. Somebody sent it to me right before I came on screen. The news is now saying he's dead. Holy fuck, dude. Holy fuck. His family is confirming his passing. Dude, I like, honestly, man, like, I don't see how he could have survived. So I believe it. He's dead. Ugh. He's alive.
Shooting.
I can't
in
find
America.
anything.
Not new to this country, but there had been something of a break until the two attempts on Donald Trump. What is going on out there that we can put into some context here, Sam?
Oh, Maurice, we have actually seen an explosion in politically motivated violence for several years predating the assassination attempts against President Trump. For several years, lone actors and small groups of individuals motivated by political animus have been threatening to conduct and conducting violent incidents across this country. As you mentioned, political violence has all.
So I see that Gavin Newsom has said it's disgusting, vile, and reprehensible. Gavin Newsom should shut his bitch ass the fuck up, to be honest, because Gavin Newsom likes to canonize people towards violence. You know, there's people on the left and people on the right that like to canonize people towards violence. And when things like this happen, the best thing they can do is keep their bitch ass mouths shut, bro. Roman Wolf Gaming said, how did old bastard bring in a gun? It was planned. Oh, it was most certainly planned. So here's the thing is that from the reports that I've gotten, I don't think they were putting anybody through a metal detector. I don't think that they had anything set up like that. So I think that's pretty much he got in just by walking in with a gun, apparently. Amadeus said on MSNBC, they said it was probably a fan of his shooting a gun in celebration. No, that's absolutely confirmed not to be true. They've got the suspect in custody, and as he was being put in cuffs, he said he would do it again. Gigamango Fanta says, looks like he got hit in the carotid, judging by the pooling effect and the amount that was seen lost in the close-up footage. Yeah, that close-up footage was horrific, dude. America, we need to tone down the politics. Absolutely agree, Harper. Hello, how are you? What did I miss? I just joined. Well, it's looking like Charlie Kirk might not be with us anymore. And that's super fucked. You know, I agreed with Charlie on a lot of shit, and I disagreed with Charlie on a lot of shit. But I respected the man because he came at people respectfully. He came at people with logic and common sense. Charlie Kirk was somebody who, even if he disagreed with you, if you came at him with respect, he returned that respect. And I feel like that's the way that it should fucking be, bro. Like I fashioned myself in that type of way. And so for somebody to shoot him is crazy. So Lexus Moloch Owl Goddess, just another distraction from releasing the Epstein files. This is like a pretty serious thing. We're not going to belittle Charlie Kirk or his passing or his family or anybody who is going through everything right now that they're going through by saying it's just a distraction from Epstein. We could still hammer on Epstein without making Charlie Kirk's passing about Epstein. That's gross. We're not going to do that. Harper said, Marine designated marksman. He was hitting the carotid artery. Please, America, tone the politics down. I don't like Charlie, but this is sick. The sheer division that politics is causing now is unparalleled from anything that I've seen in my lifetime. I would say since the Civil War, probably, we have not been this divided by political issues. Rudy Perez, people are commenting bullshit. Stop it. Nowhere in the news does it say that he's dead. Not Russian Productions. This seems like the end of an era. It'll be hard to pretend that one side isn't more violent than the other. Hey, I mean, that's fucking facts at this point, dude. Multiple attempts on Trump's life. Charlie Kirk. Now, I know that there's people saying, right now that there's no confirmation that he's dead. If you saw the fucking video, homie, you'd understand why I feel like there may be some truth to it. You know what I'm saying? Churches and private schools being shot up. It's insane. Amadeus said this is going to be a big turning point in America. Something needs to fucking change. Russ the Lion just got an update. Charlie is alive and receiving a blood transfusion. I hope that's true. I fucking hope that's true. Man, I really don't want to see Charlie Kirk dead, bro. I really don't want to see Charlie Kirk dead. Yeah, I understand that some people are saying that the title is insensitive. I just want to say this. I had no idea how bad this was when I made that thumbnail. I threw that thumbnail together in like 2 seconds. And at that point, everything that we had gotten that I had heard was that it wasn't that serious. And then I saw the video, and I'll admit that thumbnail's in bad taste. And as soon as I'm not on a live, I'm going to change the thumbnail. I wouldn't have put that thumbnail if I knew that it was like genuinely bad. The initial report that I got was that Charlie was okay. And that was when I made that thumbnail. So I apologize for that thumbnail. That thumbnail was fucked up, bro. That thumbnail's not in good taste. You know, the blood is not in good taste. And I do apologize for that. You guys aren't wrong. And like, I will 100% change that as soon as I'm done with this live. I can't do it while I'm live. It won't let me access it. Or I do it right now while I let the news play. Jester Swellington, by the way, great name. This is a huge hit to common sense and based politics. And, you know, here's the thing is I don't agree with him on everything. You know, he likes to say that, you know, if a 10-year-old girl is raped and gets pregnant, that maybe that's God's plan. Like, I don't vibe with that shit, dog. I don't think we should have a 10 or a 12 or any woman that's raped. I don't agree that she should have to carry her rapist baby. But he's the type of dude that you can talk to respectfully. And as long as you're not disrespectful, he'll stay respectful with you and he'll legitimately debate you. And we don't see a lot of people that use legitimate debates anymore. So I respect that about him. Codberg, I don't know how to read your name, homie. But says down with communism, all the way down with communism. And I'm sorry, Cod Boriger, I don't know how to read your name. I love you though, bro. I appreciate you. Secondhand muscle, almost got Trump too. When do they get it back? We're not going to encourage political violence, even in the face of political violence. Yo, my homie Walker Mack, dude, what's up? Hey, JD, I wish this could have been under better circumstances. Just sending some love your way and prayers for Charlie. Be safe, all y'all, and love your families. And thank you so much, Walker. I appreciate you. I wish that we weren't reporting on this right now. This is fucking horrendous, dude. Like, this is fucking horrendous. Charles Salazar. Most people had no idea the Civil War was going to start either. Sometimes it's one large event that catapults us into a large scale issue. And I would be, you know, you're 100% right about that. And I would be incredibly surprised if this didn't reverberate. This shooting, if Charlie Kirk dies, homie, if Charlie Kirk dies, it is going to make the political division so much worse in this country. It's going to get, it's going to push us in the wrong direction. Red Panda Gamer, first, that Ukrainian girl on the train. Holy fuck, man. That situation is insane. And now Charlie Kirk getting shot. This crap's got to stop for real. And I'm going to say this, and I don't care who agrees or disagrees with me. We need to have public executions. We need to bring back public executions. We need to stop worrying when people do these horrific fucking acts to people, when people go after people and victimize them in these horrific fucking ways, like that poor little Ukrainian girl and like Charlie Kirk. And like, I would even contend, you know, depending on how the case goes with the Austin Metcalf situation, we need to stop worrying about being humane to the people who commit these acts. They weren't worried about being humane when they did these shits to their victims. When they violently took or tried to take people's lives, they weren't worried about that person's humanity. I don't think we need to be executing people humanely. I think we need to be publicly executing them in a way that sends a fucking message that there's a line in this fucking country. And if you cross that fucking line, we are going to do something to you to make an example out of you. And it's not just for you. It's not just about you anymore. It's about sending a message to any other deranged psychopathic fuck out there who might be thinking, you know, I might go just end somebody today. Send them a message in the most extreme way possible. Publicize it. Make it so people see that there's consequences to your actions. Amadeus said from Turning Point USA, he got airlifted to a hospital and had emergency surgery. He's in critical condition but stable. Until I hear otherwise, I'm going with that. Until I hear otherwise, that is what I'm going with, because I do not want to see Charlie Kirk taken out like this. This is fucking horrific. There's no excuse for this. Rick Smiley, prayers with Charlie? Absolutely prayers with Charlie. This is disgusting. How are we supposed to have conversations and debates with these crazy people out there? Ideas are built upon debate. And this country, the way that our forefathers built our country and our Constitution was by having respectful debate and discourse. I would contend that Charlie Kirk is far more like our founding fathers than the vast majority of the people that we have elected into positions of power in this country. Most of these idiots and these maggots don't debate, bro. Most of these people that are in these positions that we've hired them to get a job done, instead of getting the fucking job done through debate and respectful discourse, they scream and yell and they hurl insults and they blatantly lie and say as extreme things as possible because they know that they will get that 15-second clip on the news. And they think that's how you win. They need to stop being so concerned about winning for their political career and getting clout. And they need to start doing their fucking jobs they were hired for, man. The jiu-jitsu MLO. I don't agree with Kirk on many things, like with Israel and Gaza. Fair. But we cannot be resorting to violence. There's things that I agree with Charlie and things I absolutely disagree with. Like the idea that what you just said and the idea that anyone who is assaulted sexually should have to carry a child to term, just further traumatizing the person, I find to be a horrific stance to take. But I respect that the dude stays respectful and will like look you in the eye and debate you like a man. Rachel said, thank you for getting us the latest, brother. I love you and I appreciate you, sis. Awesome Jake, if civil war breaks out, do you see yourself staying or would you eventually flee to Canada or Ireland? I'm not going nowhere, dog. This is my fucking country. I'm not going anywhere. I would pick a side and I would ride out. I'm not one of these people who, I don't like how it's going here, I'm going to leave. Motherfucker, I'm staying right here. This is my country. I was born here. I fucking love this country. I'm a patriot for this country. I don't feel like the American people have actually been represented by either side for decades in this country, but I'm not going anywhere. I may have PTSD, which gives me a fight or flight reaction, but my flight is broken. I'm all about the smoke, bro. We can run that shit. Love you, Jake. Pin King, there is hope. Tim Pool, who is friends with Charlie, got a call saying Charlie is in stable condition. Yes. I really hope we're running with that until otherwise. Fanto said, I'm afraid the right is going to snap eventually. Wars are fought over stuff like this. Well, you know what? That would be provoked. I don't disagree, and I don't want to see things escalate, but this could be an escalating event right here, you guys. This could be a turning point, no pun intended, but this could be a turning point of things getting a whole lot worse. You're not wrong. Have a taco. I would love a fucking taco right now, to be honest with you, bro. Screw showing humanity to those who are hurting other people. They don't show any humanity to others. And that's what I'm saying, big dog. That's what I'm saying. I'm with that. Bug versus windshield. Utah has the death penalty. Let God be the judge. And I think they should televise it. I think everybody should get to see it. Eventually, everybody who wants to see what happened to Charlie is going to get to see it. The video is out there, and it's horrific. I'm literally still a little bit in shock from what I saw. I had to watch it multiple times because I didn't think it was real. Guillermo, what's up? This should have not happened. It doesn't matter which side you're on. To shoot a fellow American is uncalled for. Prayers for Charlie. Thank you. Exactly. This should never have happened. This is disgusting that this happened. Scargut said exactly, and abolish last meal requests on top of the death penalty as well. Yeah, I think that we are way too concerned with showing humanity to people who have displayed no fucking humanity. Secondhand muscle, I'm here for the example to be made. If this, they don't want to debate, they want their way and will do anything to get it. The attempts on Trump, etc. Bro, I mean, like it does seem like the violence is escalating with a particular side in crazy amounts. Static Crazy Man said, JD, as a European, this makes me feel horrible for the USA. I hope this type of stuff doesn't come to my country. Well, you know, homie, we're going through some stuff over here. We're definitely going through some stuff over here, man. Thank you for your condolences and your sympathy, man. Evan the Rooster said, hey, brother from Oregon, miss the friends and love Portland used to be. Bro, I miss what Portland used to be so much, dude, because it is a shell. I go there now and it's unrecognizable, dog. It's not the same place. Kane said, a lot on the right are talking about real, actual, no joke war if he dies. This right after them slaughtering Christian children. If they make it about survival, there will be a response. I just want to point out, the left does not want an all-out fucking war with the right in this country. I fucking promise you, dog. I fucking promise you, the left does not want to jump into a war with the right in this country. It will not fucking end well for them, dude. It will not end well for them. They are too soft. And the people on the right tend to be the people who are, I don't know how else to put it, but the people on the right are more equipped, you know? Cricky, this is going to change things, period. Moving forward, it is so shocking that it will wake this country up. I'm with you, JD. I appreciate you so much. You're one of my favorites. I love you, Cricky. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the support. I appreciate you. Josiah Amen, mercy to the guilty is cruelty to the innocent. Josiah, that's what I'm talking about, dog. And these people are so concerned with the humanity of people who have demonstrated and shown no humanity, only cruelty and violence. The Howling Gamer, things be fitting to kick off for a while now. That's facts. That's absolutely facts. Amy Turner, school shooting in Colorado right now. There's a fucking school shooting in Colorado right now. Sis, thank you for telling me, but holy fuck, what is going on, man? Ray Gould, I'm too old and broken to run. I will stay and fight right beside you, big dog. And I would welcome to have you at my side, brother. Big love and respect. Intellectual iconoclasm. I can't wait to hear what you've got to say, homie. I'm staying and taking back ground. If they start to take this to a war, can we please talk this out and avoid the nightmare in our towns? I think that's communities should come together and try to avoid having this go into an all-out war, because I don't want to see the bloodshed of any Americans. Maybe that's the difference between me and people that are super canonized by their by their political parties. I am with the American people. I'm not with the Democrats. I'm not with the Republicans. I'm with the American citizens. I don't want to see people on either side die. I may not be on either side, but I don't want to see any of them die. That's not where my mind and my heart are at. I want to see us all doing better. Dominar, what's up? Guillotine for them. Yeah, I think the guillotine, we should bring back the guillotine, to be honest. Like, let's face it, I would prefer the wood chipper, but like, the world is not ready for the wood chipper yet. We should be. We should be there. But a guillotine, I think that might be something we could get them to consider. Primo Prevail, thought gun-free zones kept people safe. Yeah, just like gun control laws keep people safe, my brother. I could smell the sarcasm on that comment. Plasma Owl, foreign and domestic. My brother, absolutely. Volfan, this doesn't help our country, but I respect Charlie Kirk. All I can say is try that in a small town. I don't understand why when I couldn't be a cop, bro. I couldn't be a cop, because if there was a school shooter or somebody who did a mass shooting or even something like this, that suspect is not making it to jail. They're not making it to jail. I'm grabbing them by their hair and boom. I'm sending them to God, and God can figure that shit out. God can judge them. I'm just arranging the meeting. Death silence. Trials should only be reserved for people. Pedophiles aren't people. People who go into schools and shoot up kids aren't people. Justin said the AP is reporting that he's in the hospital in critical condition. Let's fucking go. We needed that good news. Lincoln said Utah has firing squad. Good. Publicly use the firing squad to execute this piece of shit. Publicly use the firing squad to do that. What does North Carolina have? Oh, it doesn't even matter because the feds are picking that up. Did you guys hear, the little Ukrainian girl that was killed? So the feds have picked it up, and Donald Trump has said today there's no other option other than death penalty, that person has to be put down. Bug versus windshield. Germany had 7 Conservative Party members, all from the West Philly area, all passed within the 2-week period. This violence is in Europe right now. Oh, damn. That's current day. I'm so used to when people talk about Germany, having them referring to like the 1930s Germany these days, because everybody wants to automatically compare things to Nazi Germany. I don't hear many people talking about current day Germany anymore. The ruiner. You have to show humanity to the cruel in order to be righteous. It's the way it goes. Otherwise, you are no better. Agree to disagree, homie. Love you. Agree to disagree. I think that if somebody displays a lack of humanity and cruelty and a willingness to perpetrate violence, that we as a society have an obligation to make a fucking example out of them. And that's my personal opinion. But I respect yours. Roman Wolf Gaming. If George Floyd started riots, I can only imagine what's going to happen after this. Prayers to Charlie Kirk, and I truly hope he's okay. I'm in shock. Here's the thing, is the right doesn't go and do riots, dog. The right doesn't tend to go and do riots like the left does. So I don't expect there to be riots. I expect there to be public outcry. Michael Sabo, sorry. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Derek Moody, as a combat veteran, this scares me. I fought in Iraq. I don't want to have to fight in my own country, but I will. And I think that we should do every single thing that we possibly can to discourage any more violence in this country outside of a lawful manner. I think that when it comes to things like, public executions, I'm with that shit. But I don't want to see any more political violence in this country. Brawler Code, the fact that this is happening near my town is crazy. I'm from Utah. This is my home. It's so sad that this is happening. It can happen anywhere because all it takes is one unhinged creature. Not even a person, one unhinged creature. Animasaura. Wood chipper is all I have to say. What kind of coward does this from far away? Stay close to your families, everybody, and pray for Charlie Kirk and his family. Amen, bro. Amen. Phantom Lord said the gas chamber is still primed in San Quentin. Is the gas chamber still functional there, bro? They have so much structural damage in San Quentin. Danny Atkinson, appreciate you for the support, man. Big love and respect to you. Stimmy check. I love your name. Just because you cut a man's tongue out doesn't mean that you're silencing his lies. It means you're too afraid of what he has to say. Charlie Kirk. Thank you for throwing a Charlie Kirk quote in here, man. Big love and respect, man. That was awesome. That's a great Charlie Kirk quote. Charlie Kirk quote. Say that 5 times fast. Seth said the Ukrainian girl story and video is so awful, dude. It's absolutely horrific. And you know what? Let me say this, not just fuck the dude who did it, but fuck every single person who saw that happen to that little girl and nobody stepped forward to do anything about it. Nobody stepped forward to help her. Nobody stepped forward to apprehend that piece of shit. Everybody just kind of like, oh, what happened? Like she's bleeding to death, homie. Help her. Comfort her. Be a human being. I feel like everyone that was on that train needs to get slapped right in the fucking face. RJ Phoenix. The right is like the bullied quiet kid in the class. Lord have mercy if they snap. I feel like snapping is getting real close, dog. Seth, hope you're doing good, man. I hope you're doing well too, man. Unfortunately, I'm a little shook up by this. I really hate seeing this type of thing happen to anyone on any side, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is not what our country should be about. Like, this is a dude who just goes out and debates people, and he manages to do it respectfully. Do I agree with him all the time? No. Do I respect what he does? Absolutely. The king of things. JD, love you, man. Your humors have gotten me throughout some of my bad days. Peace from Cleveland. I love you, and I'm so glad to hear that, man. Thank you so much for letting me know that. That is the fuel that keeps me going, is hearing that something that I'm doing is helping someone, man. Dan Corcoran, huge fan, and thanks. Hey, Dan, I don't have fans. I'm just a normal person. I'm just an asshole with internet connection, bro. We can be friends, though, and I love you, and I appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here. That support means a lot. Michael Sabo. I feel like I'm mispronouncing your name, and I don't want to do that to you, and I'm sorry, bro. The S and the Z throws me. Love you, man. Thank you for what you do, brother. May God be with Charlie. This has to end. I believe that we are in the last days. Like, what is going to take to stop the violence? The answer, Jesus. Brother, I don't know if we're in the last days. I don't know if things are getting worse or if we're just more aware of how bad things are because we instantly have it shot straight to us on a phone screen, bro. I would like to contend that maybe things aren't getting worse, but these things in our pockets, instantly shooting all the bad news from across the entire planet to us, might be making it seem like things are worse. But I love you, bro. Josiah Amen, live leak has confirmed Charlie Kirk is dead. Not sure if it's true. I'm going to believe what we've heard from AP over live leak at this point until we have something actual confirmed. Natty Native Noise, this shit is out of control. Martial law should be right around the corner. If so, arm up and stand up. Protect yourselves, fam. I don't want to see fucking martial law. Nobody, trust me, I don't care if you think you want to see martial law. Nobody wants martial law. We don't want the government to crack down on us like that. We do not need that. Molike, first the Ukrainian girl, now Charlie, pray for them. Absolutely, man. That poor little girl, bro. 31 GG, not Russian Productions. The left only riots because they're terminally unemployed. My guy, I just got to say this. I don't have time in my life to do things that are super important to me and spend time with people that I really love and care about. The idea of going out and rioting, it's not, I have shit to do, bro. So I understand what you're saying. Kenny, what's up? Thank you so much. The Rising Sun, instead of wood chipper, why not lynching? Well, and I think that bringing back lynching is going to be a hard sell because it has a really dark history of being abused against Black people in this country. I think that's going to be something that's going to be a really hard sell. I think we'd have better luck bringing back the guillotine. I think we'd have better luck with, firing squads. Trace and Sutton, this is madness. I really hope this isn't the right's breaking point. Also, I'm only just learning about these events. This is this from you. Yeah, and it's insane, dude. It's insane. The dude was just there to debate. And there were legitimately thousands of people there to participate in an American tradition of debating. And somebody took it here. CS Ray, what's up, homie? That's my old stomping ground. I'm sick of this. This Utah is nothing like the one I grew up in. This world is nothing like the one we grew up in, brother. Seth said, yes, nobody. They all sat there. That pissed me off and just watched her die alone and terrified. Alone and terrified, like she knew she was dying, bro. It was so sad. Bay Area Globs, the Predator Poachers just posted he passed away. We lost a good one today. Hold on. Let's see if there's anything in the breaking news report that's live.
More than a lot really speaks to Kirk's power in this country. He's a politically powerful person, not only because President Donald Trump has put his hand on Kirk's shoulder and said, this is one of my guys, this is one of my key allies, but Democrats have recognized Kirk as someone who's rising and someone who has to be engaged with if they too want to be major figures.
Bob, we're talking about a guy who is 31 years old, and it was in 2012, so 13 years ago, that he founded Turning Point USA, his political organization that has grown by leaps and bounds. And we're getting from their chief marketing officer this statement. He was shot in the neck. He's at the hospital, and it doesn't look good. That's the update we're getting right now on Charlie Kirk's condition, that it does not look good. Ed O'Keefe, millions.
Fuck, dude. So he did make it to the hospital, and he is currently alive. This is right now. This is right now. So he is still alive, but it doesn't look good.
People follow this man and love him, and now this.
Yeah, this is a really distressing development, obviously, for his followers and really for anyone who's concerned about how political discourse is being carried out in this country now. And as Sam said earlier, political violence has always been part of our history, but that doesn't make it acceptable in any way.
So political violence has always been a part of our history, but it seems like things are really ramping up because, like, we can look historically at the political violence and we can see that there's a pattern of it, but this is getting more and more regular and out of hand. The Thorn said, "It scares me how public shootings like this are on the rise. Prayers to Charlie's family," and prayers to Charlie, please, because as of right now, Charlie is in the hospital and he is alive, but it doesn't look good. Secondhand Muscle said, "The left doesn't understand what they are asking for. As a veteran of Iraq, the implications of this are frightening. The right doesn't do riots, but there will be a reaction." Brother, facts. As somebody, and I haven't served, thank you for your service, but let me just say this, as somebody who has lived his life where he was accustomed to violence, we don't want this, bro. Only people who have not actually seen and witnessed true violence or are actual sociopaths want to see more violence. People who have lived and experienced actual war zones, actual violence, do not want to continue this shit. You're a hero and I love you, bro. Jonathan said, "As a Republican, I can tell you why we won't riot, because we're better than that. We won't stoop to their level, but we won't let this keep happening." But how do we stop this from happening? What do you guys see as the answer? Somebody please let me know what you see as the answer to stop this type of thing from happening. David P. said, "Have you seen the political corruption in Nepal?" I do not pay a lot of attention to Nepal. Not that it's not a relevant thing. I haven't had the opportunity to stay up to date. Howling Gamer said, "Go Starship Troopers. Sentence done on trial." Yeah, absolutely. Spees said, "Predator testing over animal testing changed my mind." I will not change your mind. And what are they going to do? Say no? That doesn't work. Throbbing Glock said, "I'm a minority on the right here in Boston. This shit's insane. The uncensored video made me yell. Prayers to Charlie Kirk. Respect what you do, JD. Peace." So I'm going to let you know right now, even though I don't agree with Charlie Kirk on a lot of things, I like the dude. I like him. If I got the opportunity to meet him, I would shake his hand. I would have a discourse with the man. I don't even know that I would debate him, but I respect the dude immensely because of the way that he carries himself, and because I believe that on most things, he's being genuine and authentic. I question his stance on Israel. I don't know that he's not being paid off for his stance on Israel, but I think on most things, he's being genuine and authentic, whether I agree or disagree with him. But I would absolutely love to be able to sit with the man and talk with the man and have a respectful back and forth discussion. You know what I'm saying? When I saw it, it hurt my soul. When I showed it to Jax, she almost immediately went into tears. Leanne said, AP News 7 minutes ago, conservative activist Charlie Kirk in critical condition after being shot. Yeah, so he is at the hospital. He's in critical condition. We're not sure how it's going to go. Vandasar Gaming. This makes me worried for the Tommy Robinson rally. I completely understand, man. He's another one of those captivating figures that's really hated for what seems to me like a lot of it is common sense. Demetrius Thrower. Us Americans are better than this. This hate only breeds more hate. Please, people, wake up. Demetrius, strong fucking agree, brother. Sergeant Sal Collect said New York Post calling MSNBC out. I will have to look into that, bro. Someone should, though, for real. Quantum, bring back the brazen bull from ancient Greece. That way the monsters will feel everything. And the important part for me is to make it televised, to make it public, to have people that might be out there pondering, I think I might go into a school and do some whack shit. I think I might go and hurt innocent people. And they're thinking about the consequences. And I'm just going to sit in PC, I'll just sit in some nice cushy prison. No, you won't, bro. We're gonna run you through on national television, humiliate you, and ruin your family name for fucking ever. That's what should happen. Ellis Assassin, exactly what I was thinking. Have people always been this crazy, but we didn't see it as much? Or has the internet made people crazier? I think it's probably a combination of both. I believe that the internet has really emboldened people. It's also, we talk a lot about MK Ultra. Do we really even need it with the internet, bro? Like, you can absolutely decimate people's mental health through internet posts. But I think it's probably both, because it's always been bad. Tom Masters said, hey, JD, can you give a quick update? Just hopped on. Charlie Kirk was shot in the neck at a rally in Utah at the Utah Valley University. He is in critical condition. He is at the hospital. They say that it doesn't look good. And that is fucking sad. They do have the suspect in custody. He said when being put in cuffs, according to witnesses that were there, that he would do it again. Inquisitor Tibby said, I think the right still has too much to lose before they're ready to do a civil war again. The pain of inaction has to exceed the pain of action. Look at what's happening in Nepal as an example. They've had enough. And I think that you might be right. I pray that you might be right. I pray that we don't go to civil war, man. We don't want that. That's not what our country needs. Ado John said this was not left versus right. I honestly believe this was a group of colleagues who wants to stop Charlie from proving college is a scam, honestly. And you know what? There could be some truth to that, because Charlie does go hard on these colleges. And for somebody who's not college educated, he nukes a lot of these people that very much are. Straka Zulu said via AP 9 minutes ago, he's in critical condition. Prayers for Charlie. Absolutely. Meat Muppet said, JD, it's messed up that they shot Charlie Kirk. I have a screenshot shoot of an ABC story of what happened 13 hours before. Stay safe and pray. Yeah, man, it's wild, bro. I encourage people not to go watch the video. The video, if you feel some type of way about it now, if you see the fucking video, you're going to feel 10 times worse. Christopher Bell, brother, I support you 100%. All I can say is a big monster wood chipper for the monsters. It's so sad. Love you, bro. Keep up your good work. I love you and I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. JTGP said, hey, JD, love from Finland. Nice pic you posted with the wood chipper. Mr. Chippy is becoming a reality. Yeah, that was actually, we had some tree guys come out because we have a lot of property and we live outside of town. And they had a wood chipper and they were looking at me crazy as fuck when I was taking pictures with their wood chipper. They're like, what is this dude on? I'm like, wood chipper. The White Trash Panda. I don't know if you know, but you have ads running on this stream right now. It feels kind of disrespectful. No hate, just a heads up if you didn't know. YouTube does what YouTube does, man. Like, I know that a lot of you guys get upset about ads and shit. YouTube, if you want anybody to be able to see anything, you have to monetize it. And then it's completely up to YouTube what they do with that. If you don't monetize it, you guys will never see this. They won't alert anybody that there's a live going on. They won't put it in anybody's feeds. It's just the way that it works for being on the internet. It's not my decision. It's not up to me. YouTube is a business and they want to make money. That is what it is. What I do want to apologize for anybody who didn't see it in the chat last time, is the thumbnail I threw together in like 2 seconds. And at the time, what I had heard was that Charlie was okay and that it wasn't a serious injury or anything. By the time that I saw what was actually going on, it was too late for me to be able to change it. It was already set. I feel like that thumbnail isn't tasteful, and I will be changing it as soon as I get off the live. I apologize. DP, suck a fat dick, you dumbass bitch. Watch your fucking mouth before somebody fucks it. Xeno Dragon, wishing everyone the best of health, and JD, keep doing what you're doing. I'm never watch your live streams. Xeno Dragon, welcome. I love having you here. The live streams are my favorite because it's where we get to know each other better. This is a community, not a YouTube channel. Chucky Beaver, will everybody just chill the heck out about the thumbnail? He said he's going to change it. This is some see, fuck around and find out. Chucky, thank you so much, man. And I absolutely, like, I've apologized for it multiple times. At the time, the information that I had was that it wasn't serious and that he was okay. Jack White said, this is why there is no uninvolved. Pick a side. You either support America or you don't, or you support liberalism and globalism. You cannot coexist with evil. I don't choose a side, bro. I choose the side of the American people. I don't think that people on either side are inherently evil. I respect your opinion, and you're allowed to have that. That's part of what's so great about America. But I don't think that the politicians in charge of this country on either side give a fuck about the people. So we have to give a fuck about each other. We have to care about each other. That's what's important. Xavier Buckmaster, I'm in shock. I saw the video. Bro, that video is terrible, right? Very sad. Glenn Beck said he's heard he is stable. I have not heard anything about him being stable yet. The last we heard, which was probably 8 minutes ago, was that it looks bad. Jonathan H., I think you'll likely see heavily armed private security and armed supporters at future conservative events. Well, they should have been doing that, bro. They should have been doing that. Hicka, huge love and respect. Thank you so much. Vlad the Imp, appreciate you. Original owner. Get on the screen. The world is changing. There are calls for King Charles to dissolve Parliament and force a new election. We all need new governments, bro. Our governments all need to be dissolved. Corey Graff, love you, big dog. I appreciate you, man. Good to see you here. Mob Stopper, this will change public speaking events. It will. Hands down, it will. Sending prayers to the family. Thank you for this update. And prayers to the family, prayers to Charlie. We don't know if Charlie's going to make it right now or not. And Charlie doesn't deserve any of this, dog. Charlie literally, even if you are the most liberal, socialist, globalist person on the face of the planet, Charlie literally is open to debate with people. And that's what he's based his whole platform on. That's what he's based his whole career on. And I think that so many people have lost sight with the idea of the value of debating and being open-minded and being willing to be educated. I'm educated all the time by people in my comment sections. The whole thing is, if you don't come at somebody respectfully, and Charlie Kirk grasps and understands this, if you don't come at somebody respectfully, you've already fucking lost, because they're going to instantly shut down, and you're never going to be able to change their mind. And if you're not willing to be open-minded and have your mind changed, then there's no point in you debating in the first place. Xavier Buckmaster said the sad thing is that people all over Twitter are celebrating this. I'm not shocked, bro. I'm not shocked. I'm sure it's not just Twitter, my guy. I'm sure that it's not. Danielle said, politics aside, or Daniel said, politics aside, even if someone disagrees with somebody's opinion, there's no need to resort to violence. It looks bad on the left side. By the way, love you. And you're 1000% right, homie. Small town Texan, what's up, homie? The only way to stop this is to stop the mental manipulation of the media. The media pushing anti-conservative narratives has caused mentally ill people to see violence as their only option. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. I think that the media is highly culpable. Now, they've literally got everybody out here thinking that everybody who disagrees with them is a Nazi or a fascist, and that they're coming to like kill trans babies and all this ridiculous, retarded shit, bro. You're canonizing people towards violence. And there has to come a point where we say, hey, you actually have some responsibility in this. Backwoods Templar said, left, the right is so violent. Right. Let's have a peaceful debate. Left gets offended, hurts the right, the left. Why is the right so violent? That encapsulates it. I'm not going to lie, bro. That actually encapsulates it. Let's see if there is any sort of new update on this, because I really want to know if Charlie is okay.
classrooms and other places where students gather to try to safely get them away from the area at this time. We have not been alerted that it is all clear. We have not gotten any information that, you know, the threat is neutralized at this.
Fuck, I just read in the comments that his wife and kids were at this rally. Holy fuck, bro. Holy fuck. I'm seeing a lot of people saying he's dead. We need to know if that's true.
All right, Anna Schechter. Anna, thank you so much. We'll come back to you for more information on CBS News 24/7 as we monitor this. Let's get to our breaking news correspondent Chanel Call in the CBS newsroom in New York. Chanel, what are you learning right now?
Well, we're just tracking some social media reaction to the shooting that took place at Utah Valley campus earlier today. I want to start with Senator Amy Klobuchar, Democratic senator, writing this, saying, "I'm praying for Charlie Kirk and his family. There is no place for political violence in our country. It needs to be condemned, and it needs to stop now." Also seeing New York City mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani tweeting this, saying, "I'm horrified by the shooting of Charlie Kirk at a college event in Utah. Political violence has no place in our country." Mitt Romney is saying this, "The shooting of Charlie Kirk has shocked and sickened me and my family. We extend our prayers and profound sorrow to Charlie and his family, many friends and followers. Another senseless act of violence appalls us." Nancy Pelosi saying, "The horrific shooting today at Utah Valley University is reprehensible. Political violence has absolutely no place in our nation. All Americans should pray for Charlie Kirk's recovery and hold the entire UVU community in our hearts as they endure the trauma of this gun violence." And finally, one more I'll share with you. Elon Musk writing, "The shot looked real bad, but I sure hope Charlie makes it somehow." So again, we are hearing that Charlie Kirk was shot in the neck while at that campus event earlier this afternoon. Still, Jules, waiting for an update on his condition.
Absolutely. So many people commenting. And as we're getting new information, Janelle, we're hearing at one point there was a suspect in custody. And then Anna Schechter telling us that that person was released. So I understand it's an active crime scene. And obviously, we're awaiting word on Kirk's condition as well. Do you have any new information on any of those?
Yeah, obviously an extensive investigation underway with both federal and local law enforcement. We know FBI is part of this investigation, Jules. Last we heard, there was a suspect in custody. Two law enforcement sources did confirm to CBS News a suspect was in custody. And again, the university also confirming the same.
The New York Post showed the video, not the up close video. Not the up close video. There's no way they showed that up close video. That can't be, no way. It's super not fake. You're high on dick dust out of the dong bong. That was not fake.
All right, we'll continue to follow this. Chanel, we'll circle back with you on CBS News 24/7. Thank you so much. Obviously, a flurry of social media posts from political leaders following the news of the shooting. Chanel read a few. President Donald Trump posting to Truth Social, writing, quote, "We must all pray for Charlie Kirk, who has been shot. A great guy from top to bottom. God bless him." Vice President J.D. Vance posted this photo with Charlie Kirk, writing, quote, "Dear God."
So I'm just going to tell you right now, like, this is live right now. There's no way that he's dead. If he was dead, they would be announcing it. So I don't know what the people who keep saying that he's dead are talking about. He's not dead.
Protect Charlie in his darkest hour. FBI Director Kash Patel writes, quote, "We are closely monitoring reports of the tragic shooting involving Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University. Our thoughts are with Charlie, his loved ones, and everyone affected. Agents will be on the scene quickly, and the FBI stands in full support on the ongoing response and investigation." Also, Speaker Mike Johnson posted, quote, "Please join us in praying for our good friend, Charlie Kirk." Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth posted, quote, "An incredible Christian, American, and human being. May the healing hand of Jesus Christ be upon him." Utah's Governor Spencer Cox posted.
And yeah, so who said that? Bodacious. I saw the video 2 seconds before I came on stream. I made the thumbnail upon initial information that said that he was actually okay. And then I saw that and I was like, that dude is not fucking okay, bro. Like he's sitting there, you hear a gunshot, and blood is just glugging out of his neck. But the reports were that they got him to the hospital alive. He's in critical condition, that it doesn't look good. But I guarantee you, if that is live news, if he was dead, they would immediately report it. Cottonmouth 78 said, shout out to all the first responders, the nurses, and the docs trying to save Charlie. Michelle said, the left keeps saying the right is dangerous, but the right aren't the ones shooting those that disagree with. Facts. Wesley Matthews said, sometimes you have to fight fire with fire. I really want to discourage you guys from political violence and elevating this that way. I understand the reaction. Trust me, I am always an eye for an eye type of guy, but we don't want civil war. As somebody who has seen violence, I promise you, we don't want to see it. Theodore Wester said, I am disgusted by this. Our country is unraveling before our eyes. Truly a bad time to be an American. God bless you and yours, JD. Well, I think that if we take it for a global perspective, like every country is going through serious shit right now. Some worse than others. No, Siri, go away. Nobody asked you anything. Siri, shut up. Sorry. Urban Interface Living said, Agenda TV just said that he is dead. Agenda Free TV just said that. NBC said they do not have a suspect in custody. No, they 1,000% do. They 1,000% do. And when they grabbed him, he said he would do it again. He said, I did it and I would do it again. Corey Graff said the same people wanting pew-pew control are the same ones committing these crimes. They want pew-pew control for us, not them. Factual. Daniel Luttrell, JD doing a better job than the news. Praying. Please stay praying, you guys. If you are somebody who prays, please stay praying for Charlie Kirk. Austin Shade, I do not want civil war either, but how much do we take? And do you honestly think the left wins that? No. The left doesn't fucking win a civil war, dog. What are we supposed to do? I don't have an answer for that. I'd like to hear what you guys think would be an answer for that. But no, the left clearly doesn't win that, bro. I mean, come on, bro. Come on. That's not even a question. I don't know why they want this and they keep pushing the violence. They're going to lose. El Rey, I have the video. He lost so much blood on impact and they have an old man in custody. I pray for him. These libs are pushing our patience. You're not wrong, dog. David R., what is happening to my country? I barely recognize it anymore. It's really fucking bad. Probably the most tension that we've seen leading up to the Civil War. Chris the Guy, I think Tom McDonald said it best in his song You Missed when he said, you guys are the terrorists when you are armed. How many more of us are we going to let die by these violent political terrorists? This is violent political terrorism. Hands down. Tammy said, proof that when you are hitting a nerve by telling the truth, you are the target for crazies to strikes. Where was the security or was it planned? So this wasn't an event that had large amounts of security. So JD Raw Alerts reported wrong suspect, not the old man. Ooh. Hold on one second. Joy S said, it is even on the news in the Netherlands. Prayers. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Big love and respect out there. Yeah, everything that I'm seeing from the news is saying that he isn't saying anything about the wrong suspect. I'm interested to see that. Scotro, love your content. Want a wood chipper. Yeah, dude, get the wood chipper tap, bro. I got one. It's right here. Hell yeah, get one. Twinsy up with me, brother. Cameron Sams, besides banning people, ban gun-free zones and allow staff or hire veterans to carry. Blair White is trans, but she's a responsible gun owner. So I just released a full length at the same time that I was going live because I wasn't expecting this to happen, but I wanted to jump on because I wanted to know what's going on with Charlie as somebody that I respect. And I figured we just do it together. But I did a story about the potential trans gun ban. So if you guys want to hear my opinion on that, that just aired. Not Faded said, love and prayers to Charlie, his family, and supporters from your Aussies brothers. Thank you so much, all the way from Australia. Love you, fam. Holy hells. Doom Levitria, I agree. I say if you don't like the U.S., then get out and let someone else take their place. There are plenty of people out there who would love to live in the U.S. and who would treat it correctly. Chris, the guy, said the amount of people that I've seen cheering in the comments all through the internet is sickening. They're literally cheering for conservative deaths. It's gross. It's gross that they cheer on death. Broly the Mighty, the guy they had in custody, has been released. Holy fuck, you guys. Holy fuck. I'm hearing a lot about that. I don't see it in the news, but that's insane. That's insane. Glitch said, we need to get back to agree to disagree. Facts. Facts on that. Drew Hammond, you disappeared from my feed a while ago. You came back after your latest unsub podcast appearance. Shout out to the unsub. Sending love. Keep the wood chipper going. Love you, brother. Thank you for being here. Loud One said, this is really bad for our country. I feel for his family. That video made me want to throw up. Same, brother. Same. That video rocked me to my core. I really was disturbed by that. Secondhand muscle. The leaders on the left need to walk this back hard. They have pushed this bullshit at every turn. Maybe Trump's DOJ can hold them responsible. The media too, homie. The media too, because the media has definitely been pushing this. Chris VF, I really hope this doesn't end with people being able to reach across the ideological lines and actually talk or even argue. We need to bring that back. And unfortunately, Charlie Kirk was a great example of that. That was his whole thing, was respectful debates. Ted, I live in Utah. They have footage and pictures of the arrest, and it's some 60-year-old man. Apparently, they've let him go. In fact, we need to get onto that. Scorched Earth. People should really rediscover the word depravity and then self-check to see if they fit that. I agree. Jarek, now they're saying the suspect not caught on NBC. This is so wild. Turning Point UK says he's hospitalized and fighting in the hospital. That's everything that we've heard so far. Logan Rosa, believe it or not, I actually lived in Utah and heard some gunshots because we work not even 5 miles away from the school. And when we heard the shots, everyone in the crew construction was strapped. Man, and if we had people strapped at the event, somebody might have seen it happen and killed the shooter before the shooter could get a shot off. Koska's Watch, I love your stuff, dude. I'm the dumb one about politics, but so far, you are the only right one about all of it. Keep it up. I appreciate you, Koskas. I'm definitely not always right, but I do my best and I try to stay morally consistent over everything else. It's Ron said, don't you feel they're trying to make it a civil war with this event? I think they might be pushing for a civil war, yeah. But I definitely, I don't want to see it. Raging Realist said the person arrested has been released. Blue Moose, what I'm scared of is this will be the fuse that sets off a political war in the U.S. I hope we all show the restraint. Facts. I agree. Avobot said, so terrible. Michelle said the NYPD didn't show anything graphic. Okay, yeah, because what I saw was incredibly graphic, and I saw it over on X. Matthew Ladd, this is disgusting. Left can't even handle debating people without getting unhinged and hurting people. But yeah, gun rights are the issue. It's definitely not. Mental health is the fucking issue in the media, and a lot of the people on the left in politics are pushing for this type of political violence. I'm sorry I keep scratching my neck. I am at a point in my beard where it is itchy. I have an itchy beard right now. Stephen St. John said, redacted, confirmed death as Utah speaker 2 minutes ago. God save us. Texas T, thank you so much for that, Texas T. Sorry it took me a second to get down to your comment. I really appreciate that support. The federal background check 4473 should have any political party question on it, and that should only be used to track gun violence. If you lie, you lose your right to the DNC should be labeled as active terrorist organization. Hope Charlie Kirk pulls through, JD. I am praying that Charlie Kirk pulls through as well. Let's see if we have any new news on that, because it seems like we're getting a lot of different information, some of which I don't know.
Imagine hundreds of people running to safety, dropping items, and law enforcement and investigators are trying to come in there and find a weapon, find the suspect. Very, very challenging situation. At this point, we have no information about and a weapon identified or potentially dropped by a suspect who fled, or whether or not a suspect is even in custody. According to our latest reporting, it appears it's possible that police are now chasing down leads. Remember, there's a lot of surveillance footage, there's a lot of open source video that investigators can go through, but that takes a lot of time. So we're really early in this investigative process.
So I'm going to switch to a different news source because I feel like they just keep saying the same shit, and this is not what I'm trying to see. I want to see where is Agenda Free TV? Let's check Agenda Free TV.
There's a statement from the university that says the suspect is not in custody. There was somebody taken into custody. CBS News, Michael Kaplan is reporting that that person has now been released.
At 513 West Pacific Court Circle, 513 West Pacific Court Circle, in American Fork Medic Ambulance 51 and Tower 51, 513 West Pacific Court Circle.
I keep seeing people say that they announced that he died. I keep refreshing on this, and I see nothing. Nothing.
Hang on a moment.
36, that's driving erratically, hit other vehicles with rocks. Looks like it pulled into the Phillips 66.
So
the New York Post reports that Charlie Kirk has died. The New York Post is now reporting that Charlie Kirk has died. Oh, Trump posted. Trump says he's dead. Trump says he is dead. Breaking news. Trump just said he died. Breaking news. Trump says he died. Look at this. Look at this. I'm going to put it on the screen for you right now. But Trump says that Charlie Kirk is dead. Just got posted. President Trump announces that Charlie Kirk has died. The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood her or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you. Unbelievable. Condolences to his family. Just horrible. Wow. President Trump announced.
You guys, this is fucking horrible. This is fucking horrible. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Prayers for his family. His family was actually there at this rally when it happened. How fucking terrible is that? And Agenda Free TV seemed to be listening to the live police radio feeds, and it seemed like they were in a high-speed chase of some sorts. It seems like they put somebody in custody and then released them, a suspect, and he's been released, and they now, it seemed like they were in a high-speed chase with another suspect. So that was just happening, but Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Charlie Kirk is gone. Please pray for his family. Please pray for his family. Holy fucking shit, man. Yeah, it's been announced by everybody now. Trump, turning point. Mr. Leahy, there is an update on Wikipedia that says he died September 10th, 2025. Wild Beast Commander, thank you. This is fucking horrible. Craig said an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. Something has to be done about this. Danny said, all y'all saying he passed, what are the sources? The sources are in, man. Sources, unfortunately, are in. It's confirmed now. Dominar said, remember, guns don't hurt people. People hurt people. That is facts. Rye Guy Sr. said, Twitter is saying no suspect in custody. Charlie passed. Thank you for being awesome, JD. I appreciate you so much, brother. Thank you. Big love and respect to you. Quantum said, in my opinion, there should be consequences for people that cheer and advocate violence against the innocent on social media. Some people have abused their right to free speech to spread hatred for too long. Agreed. Oregon Goon, what about the Minnesota Dems that were killed a couple months ago? No sympathy, hypocrites. Hey, buddy, go suck a fat fucking dick, a funky discolored one. You're fucking weird, bro, to come in here 2 minutes after it's been announced that the man was assassinated and that he's dead and go, well, what about them? What about them? What about them? I have repeated over and over again that political violence is wrong, and I don't want to see anybody hurt. But you want to justify this man's murder, his assassination, by what happened a couple months ago, bro. Suck a million dicks. Somebody get this fucking lame out of here. Can one of the mods get Oregon Goon the fuck up out of here? This dude's a whole bitch. Colleen McBride, the left hates guns but loves to use them. Apparently. Brawley the Mighty, as someone who fought for this country in another country, you can bet your ass I will fight for this country and its beliefs in it. Facts, man. Medic Mark, so an honest question, what would happen to the guy in jail? You know, I don't think he's going to have a good run, bro. I don't think he's going to have a good run. They're going to put him in a deep, dark fucking hole, bro. Like, this dude's life is over once they get him. Mr. Bones, TMZ is reporting the university said they had surveillance of the video shooter leaving the campus. Holy fuck, they let him get away. Joshua, hi, JD. I study as an EMT and from a background in the medical field with my fam. The blood loss sustained means he is either going to die or have permanent irreversible damage, vegetable levels. Well, you were right because he's passed, bro. Pray for Charlie Kirk's family, everyone, and thanks you for what you do, JD. You are an inspiration, dude, to a lot of people. I appreciate that more than you know, bro. I really do. Scottro, I live in Portland, Oregon area, dude. You should do a meet and greet sometime. Wood chipper in full force. I would love to do that. I kind of avoid Portland, bro. I used to live there and I miss what it was. I don't like it when I go there anymore, homie. It just feels dead now, you know? The fish, cat, dog, wolf just came out. How do we know it's from the left? Come on, man. Come on. Ariel Morales. Hey, JD, love from California. Pray for both our lands. Absolutely. Love you, sis. Morningstar. I had a feeling that old coot was full of shit. He was a little too old to be taking responsibility. I didn't see video of the dude. I just heard that they got him and that he immediately confessed. What type of weird, sick fuck confesses to something like that? Was this something where they had that planned out? That this dude was going to take the fall for long enough for the actual shooter to be able to get away? Oda Cage, first time catching your live. Love your message, sure. Prayers for Charlie and his family. Don't forget to feed Mr. Chippy. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Scottro said, I heard that he died. It is confirmed, man. Charlie has passed. Jarrett Proctor, can you start a GoFundMe for Charlie for his medical and family? It's disgusting. This is all because of the hateful speech and fake news. People are dangerous. Yeah, well, I'm sure that somebody is going to start a GoFundMe, and I'll absolutely use my platform to try to elevate that. But somebody with a bigger platform than me is guaranteed to do it, bro. I'm sorry. I'm having seen the video and seeing him die is really fucked up, man. It's really fucked up. Livewire 2025. Big love, JD. I love the truths you speak and love and respect to the armed forces, U.S. retired Navy. Thank you for your service and sacrifice, brother. We love you. Holy shit, man. Is that 30 years, 20 years in there? Thank you for what you did for our country, man. Unseen Paragon. Prayers from the UK. Thank you. We need them now, bro. Howling Man. Get right with God. We are beyond human saviors. None of these dudes in Washington are coming to save us. Lone Omnipotence. Trump just tweeted that Charlie has died. He has, in fact, passed, unfortunately. Jonathan Ruse. Violent rhetoric and dog whistles are both sides' issue. For the situation itself, never liked the guy, but I feel for his family. I didn't agree with the guy on everything. but I will say this, I respected the way that he handled things, and I agreed with him on quite a bit of stuff, man. Quite a bit of stuff that I agreed with Charlie Kirk on. Let's see if we got any new news.
Announcing that Charlie Kirk has been shot and killed. 3 students were shot, including the subject.
3 students
in the Denver shooting.
Oh, in the Denver shooting.
In the shooting outside of Denver at a high school. 3 students were shot.
So while this is going on, there's a Denver high school shooting going on where 3 students were shot, as well as the suspect was shot. We don't give a fuck about the suspect. Fuck the suspect. Rest in peace to those and prayers for those people who were shot.
Shot, including the suspect, according to Denver 7 News. Okay, so I will get you updates if I have it on the shooting, at the high school outside of Denver.
They do not have a
let's
suspect in
continue
custody
with our
yet.
coverage here
Area
of
just
this
west
horrible
of the
incident.
Double Churches by the greenhouse area.
And I'm going to continue to try to get you the latest updates here. And we have the scanner on.
I still see the camera problem on the caddy. Clear up. Clear to Oscar Mutter, desist.
FBI director, by the way, Kash Patel, posted about the Denver shooting. Let me just show you that.
We copy.
The shooting outside of Denver. Director Patel posted about the high school shooting and said,
Ambulance 55. Respond to BOS transport at 170 North County Boulevard. 170 North County Boulevard. In American Fork. American Fork Hospital Ambulance 55.
Director Patel of the FBI said, we're aware of the tragic situation unfolding near Denver, where 3 students, including the suspect, were reportedly shot at a high school and in critical condition. The FBI is on the scene there and in full support of local authorities to ensure everyone's safety.
Right before.
Will President Trump speak? I would not be surprised if President Trump speaks today. I don't know if he's going to speak today, but here, there's an update on the high school shooting. Hold on. This is about the high school shooting.
Okay, so I want to ask a question. Are you guys interested in what's going on with this high school shooting? I am. Let's look into this for a few minutes. Hey, Legendary Custom Leathers, check it out, man. I did that fucking thumbnail before we had any news that this was that serious. The initial news report that I got was saying that it wasn't serious and that he was fine. I had 2 minutes to make a thumbnail. Then right before I got on live, I saw the actual video. I agree that thumbnail was in really poor taste. I apologize for that. I actually did find a way to actually change it. So I apologize for that thumbnail. When I initially put that on, the report that I got was that he was fine. That they just grazed him in the neck. Then I saw the fucking video and I was like, that's not a fucking graze, homie. So I do apologize for that. You guys are right. And it is changed now. Nothing but apologies on that.
All of us, everybody on duty, came rushing up here, as well as literally hundreds of law.
This is an update live about the high school shooting outside of Denver, but their stream just conked out. So, well, I'll have to check back in on that. I'll let you know. We can watch.
Hey, so Potato Bomb, top choice name, bro. Top choice name. Said, truly sad. That's a genuine person whom tries to help with at least encouraging people to do research and try to reach out. He gets shot. Truly sad day indeed. And I 1000% agree with you. And thank you so much for that support. I'm sorry that I'm not more energetic. Honestly, hearing that he passed fucking hurts my heart, bro. It fucking hurts my heart. It hurts my soul. For those of you who just jumped in, Charlie Kirk is dead. He was shot at the Valley University, or Utah Valley University, in the neck. He made it to the hospital. He was in critical condition and he has passed. I encourage you not to go watch the video. I watched it 2 seconds before I got on screen and it was fucking horrific, bro.
After, or I can look at it after it ends that broadcast.
Go for suspend.
Oh. Okay, so guys, let me show you on a map something. Let me show you something on a map. According to the New York Times, what happened here? It's a little confusing. Hang on. Hang on.
I'm going to try to take your call 810 by 10:1.
How would that even happen? Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was messed up before on. All right. So let me show you here.
Kind of running that area looking for any evidence.
Let me show you a map of where this happened.
Select anything.
This is the item because they told me they couldn't see the item with the drone, so I want to make sure they got the right spot.
Somebody just said that TMZ was cheering about this. Can anybody confirm that TMZ was cheering about this? I would really like to know. Can anybody tell me if they've seen TMZ gloating or cheering about this?
On the ground, so you probably won't be able to see it from the air.
Okay. Okay.
See, when you see
Here we go.
The drone in the air, if you'll wave at them just to signify where that location starts, and we're going to do it over again.
It's on the agency assist. Security is requesting us go back to the ED.
I'm going to show you on a map right now.
57 in the parking lot.
Here it is. I found it. Okay, that works. Okay, now here's a map. According to, it appears that he was speaking in this area, in front of this building, in this courtyard, right here. Okay, and the New York Times says that the university said the shooter was in this building.
287. I'm
so
pulling in.
Again,
How the
the
fuck?
speaker, Charlie Kirk, was speaking in this area.
Are you guys
here.
seeing this? Are you guys seeing this? So that is so somebody who is better with sniper shots, tell me, does this make sense with what they're saying?
This area here, the shooter was somewhere in this building, which is the low C building here.
How far of a shot is that? How far of a fucking shot is that for a sniper to hit that? Somebody said definitely a government move. Bro, is that 200 yards? 200 to 300 yards? Holy fuck.
Oh my gosh. Has it?
Ambulance port.
And it wasn't a bunch of shots, dude. It was just one shot.
You know, have I had a typo in my headline the whole time? Maybe I did and just never noticed.
14. They didn't advise me why. They just said they wanted us back there.
The New York Times said the university said. The New York Times said the university said that the shooter was in the low C center.
They said that they don't have any units available to take it.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I literally, it's really stupid. I've had a typo in my headline the whole time. And I looked at my headline. I literally didn't notice it. So I'm really sorry about that.
Copy. Just perhaps.
Yeah, so Wes Slaying It said that's impossible. I saw the footage and the shot was from the side, not the front. The shot was definitely from the side, homie. And like it looked like it was coming from the opposite diagonal angle.
Anyways, that being said, again, the event was going on down here, And the shooter was, according to the university, according to the New York Times, they said the university said the shooter was in the Low C building, which is right up here.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
Let me just get that.
That's
report for
crazy.
you.
That's it. So that's about 300 yards, right?
Yes, the Low C Center. A spokeswoman for the university said the shooter fired from the Low C Center, which is here. And the event was going on down here. You can see when Charlie Kirk is speaking in one of the videos, you can see this structure behind him.
Copy 1456.
Okay. Again, I'm sorry about the headline. It's just the crazy thing is I didn't notice, but it's been so busy here and I've been so focused.
I watched the video multiple times. I only heard and saw one shot. And it says down here that it was a single shot. All reports are saying a single shot. Harvey Levin was crying real tears.
So again,
he's upset. Thank you. So Harvey Levin from TMZ was actually crying and he was upset. It was people in the comments that were cheering on TMZ, and that makes my heart feel a little bit better. Yeah. So I just hit up my buddy Valhalla VFT and said, how hard is it to hit somebody at 300 yards? He said, for someone with my skill level, 10 out of 10 times. So it would be fair to assume that whoever shot Charlie Kirk was trained. Single shot at that distance with that accuracy. And for those of you who don't know, my buddy Valhalla VFT has a great channel on here. He is a Green Beret. And he trains, he has a firearms training course here. He trains the SWAT team and the local sheriffs on how to do raids. He said, well, considering they don't have him in custody and the accuracy of the shot placement, yeah, most likely a professional who was trained. I'm on live reading your text right now, period. I wanted to get somebody who is an expert with this to confirm what I thought. That is what I thought, but since I haven't served, I always want to ask people, what they think. And if you want to see a Green Beret who is special trained in this type of shit, Valhalla VFT is going to be dropping a full-length video on this tomorrow with the full breakdown. So I highly recommend you sub to Valhalla VFT and check out his video tomorrow.
You do the distance from here to here. Yeah, now that seems.
What is the distance?
According to Google Maps, from here, if that's where it was to here, would be about 130 yards. I don't know that it was 200 yards. It depends on where the person was. Might have been like 150 yards or something,
Is there a cross street with Binghamton or an exact address?
I'll turn the scanner down. The problem is that, the person's not in custody. So I want to keep the scanner on because they might say something that we have a suspect somewhere.
I love that they are actually listening to the police scanner to see if they say anything about it. I think that's a really good idea to listen to the police scanner in the local area to see if they've caught the suspect. He's reading something and he looks very interested.
Yeah, ABC4 News says they just posted and said the Orem Police Department says the suspect is still at large.
Okay, so that is the newest news. The suspect is still at large. Fox News just posted that he died. Oh my God. Yep, that is absolutely confirmed. Amy Turner, 3 in critical condition at the Colorado school shooting. Please, you guys, say prayers for those kids. Please say prayers for those kids in the Colorado high school shooting. Alfredo, thank you so much KS, I'm so sorry for not only his loved ones, but for you as well. Please look after yourself, and we will keep praying for the family. Much love. Thank you so much, KS. Much love, and I appreciate you. Please pray for our country. Super Bear Jew, political violence needs to have its own charges. That would be an incredible thing. I think any act of political violence that is fatal needs to be a public execution. Hands down, flat out. I think that it's treason. It's treasonous. It's treasonous fucking behavior. Landscapes by Focal Point. The thumbnail is already changed, homie. I was able to figure out a way to do it. I had no idea that this was, initially when I made the thumbnail, I heard that he was totally stable, and that was false information. So that has been changed, and I do apologize. You guys, I did not mean to be disrespectful or flippant with my thumbnail. I respect Charlie Kirk, and even if it was somebody that I didn't respect, I wouldn't try to be disrespectful about it in a situation like this. That's not me. So thank you. You're right, and I apologize. Fanto said, New York Times confirmed, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Rest in peace indeed. Grammy T said, sad day for America, Charlie. Rest in peace. Absolutely. Lexus said, check Trump post. He confirmed Charlie is not here. Unfortunately, Charlie Kirk is dead. OMC said, why jumping right to the conclusion that it was a left attack? Jumping right on the political hate for each side is what got us to this timeline. Well, I mean, come on, man. Come on. Alex, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Smitty Time said, I literally just threw up. I had to turn my back. I don't know if you guys were here when we first got the announcement that he was actually dead. I turned my back as well. I am not well right now. I'm not well with this. Alfredo said, long time, see your video, first time seeing your live stream. Thank you for all of your work. Thank you so much for being here for this live stream. I'm sorry it's not under better conditions, man. Yvonne said, Charlie's loss is going to bring a lot more political turmoil. This is a legit turning point in American politics. Rest in peace, Charlie. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Matthew Guess, look at your thumbnail for this video. I'm sure you will change it, but it should be done sooner than later. Look, it's already changed, and I was made aware, but when I made the thumbnail, I had no idea. Can we get off the thumbnail, you guys? Like, I've apologized umpteenth times. It's got to be boring at this point. It's already changed. You guys are right. I was wrong. I heard he was stable, so it didn't seem like a huge deal, but rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Nothing but respect, condolences, and I mean that sincerely from the bottom of my heart. Mr. Bones, supposed to be a press conference in a few minutes. Let's find that. Bodacious, love you. Corey Graff. Older millennial posted a video of the incident on his ex. It was not good. I saw, I actually saw Agenda Free TV posted the video. It was fucking horrific, dog. Fucking horrific. Lion Prodigy, thank you so much. JT, sorry it took me a minute to get to this, bro. Saddest day, bro. Unbelievable. Dems and leftists, very fucked up video. My heart fell to the floor, bro. Charlie advocated for God and good all the way. And he loved us all. Pray for his family. Please keep his family in your prayers. This political assassination is absolutely disgusting behavior. Dominar said a moment of silence, please. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, man. Bodacious said, just saw the close-up version, very graphic. Rest in peace. So graphic, so disgusting. Doom Levitria, dude, all this violence for nothing. Just all for damn nothing. I feel sick, man. I mean, the dude was just about respectful political debates. And he just happened to roast people with just being respectful and debating, and people couldn't keep up. Jonathan Roberts, this act was horrendous. No matter what side you take, God bless you, JD, for everything you do. Please pray for our country. Pray for all of us right now, man. Jonathan Osborne, don't forget the murdered dog walker and senior couple that was murdered and torched. I haven't even heard about that, man. There's been so much going on. I haven't even had time to get out a video reporting about the girl that was killed on the train in North Carolina. There's just so much going on. Now your thumbnail is way more fucked up. Damn. How is that thumbnail way more fucked up? What do you, bro? I changed it. Rev Robbins, Trump's got to do something. These trans lunatics need to be in padded cells. Makes sense. Make insane asylums great again. I absolutely agree with you that we need to start putting people that are mentally unstable in asylums, bro. Ryan Dempsey, hope everything is good with you, brother. If I had the chance, I'll come over next year and watch Avengers Doomsday movie. Is going to be peak. Facts, dude. Facts. Big love to you, man. Jen Nelson, this breaks my heart. Prayers to him and his family. Big prayers, man. I don't want it to come to pass, but God helped the left when they finally pushed the right into being the monsters they claim them to be. The left needs to start policing their violent rhetoric. The violent rhetoric needs to fucking stop, bro. It really needs to fucking stop. Corey Graff said Charlie was 2 years younger than me. Yeah, he was a lot younger than me, bro. Secondhand muscle. When good men do nothing, evil flourishes. Facts. Dank boards. Democrats are terrorists at this point. Well, if this turns out to be that it was a Democrat, this is definitely a terrorist act, and this person should be put to fucking death. Publicly put to death, like Charlie was. Assassinated. Linux forever. Political violence is never justified. This is disgusting. Absolutely agree, regardless of what side it comes from. It wasn't TMZ, but their commentators, sick fucks. And I've seen people say that people are celebrating it over on TikTok. Absolutely not shocked. And they'll allow them to do it. And they won't take down their accounts, but they take down my accounts multiple times a year. Multiple times a year. TikTok is fucking gross, bro. Bob Sos. Good to see independent voices like yourself condemn what happened. America is going to be unrecognizable after this. This is going to be a day that changes American history, I guarantee you. Jonathan Roberts said TMZ did laugh in their streams. It looks that way. I have heard that they were actually in tears. I'm going to have to go back and research that when I'm not on a live. May happen more with things right now. Prayers and rest in peace. James O'Keefe, big love and respect to you, my guy. Appreciate you. TMZ did cheer. They're being called out for it on live. Really? Really? TMZ reporting people in their office were cheering a police chase in another room, not Charlie Kirk's death. That would make sense because I've also heard that their main dude, I forget his name, but I heard that he was actually in tears. Small Town Texan said, this situation makes me think of a quote by Alexander Soslastas. I can't pronounce that, homie. I'm sorry. No disrespect. About the man who just wanted to be left alone. Read it and you'll understand why. Thank you for the recommendation. Love you, brother. Waxed poetic. Harvey Levin was crying real tears. He's upset. That's Harvey Levin. Exactly. That's who I was thinking of. Loud one. It was through and shot. The video only had one shot. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. That's what I saw. I saw one shot. Acid Helm. The fact that people are celebrating this is sick. Charlie will be in my prayers tonight. Rest in peace, Charlie. P.S. Your stories have kept me clean through the last 9 months. I love you, homie. I love you. And rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. So proud of you for your sobriety and your recovery, bro. Misfit. Video close up on X under... Well, you can find it on Agenda Free TV if you really want to go look. Round came from the right. 200 yards away is easy for a newcomer with a scope. See, I've never gotten to do like rifles and sniper shots. My experience is in the streets with pistols. So that's why I hit up Valhalla VFT to ask him. He said 10 out of 10 he would be able to make that shot as a Green Beret. Rick Robbins, such a tragedy for America and Charlie's family. Absolutely. And the people who are cheering it should all be investigated. Every single one of them. Salted said 200 to 300 yards away is not difficult for an average plinker with optics. Hate that this is happening. Thank you, Salted. Love you, bro. Mariam Holmberg. It's possible that the person asking the question about the trans shooting when Charlie was shot was working with the shooter. Authorities need to find that person. I have a feeling this is going to be a huge fucking investigation. Death Silence said any deer hunter can make a 200-yard shot. Thank you. Thank you for educating me. Matthew Guess, I know a little about some sniper shots, easy shot, but you only get one cold bore shot. Harder to gauge than a warm bore shot that you have most of your data on. It was probably meant for the head variables. Well, they got him in the neck, and unfortunately, Charlie Kirk is not with us anymore. Rest in peace to Charlie, and our utmost love and respect to his family. The truth said, I've said that since domestic terrorists left, tried ending Trump, they are going to escalate things. I was right. He was shot from the front once. Absolutely, that is what happened. Let's check back in with Agenda Free and see what we've got going on over here. See if there's any new news on the suspect.
The shooter is still at large.
Fuck!
And Orem Police Department said they originally took a suspect into custody. That person has been cleared and released.
I'm on the south side of the school.
How do you fuck that up, bro? And is it weird to anybody else that they got a suspect? He admitted to it, said he'd do it again, and then was released.
Make sure that this is the right one.
Yes, President Trump confirmed that Charlie Kirk has died.
I actually need to real quick.
On this one.
I'll show you his post again.
Because he was good friends with Charlie.
Oh, President Trump is ordering all flags to half-mast.
That's appropriate.
Okay, President
That's
Trump
fucking appropriate.
Posted saying he was ordering flags to half-mast.
Good.
At
Good.
6 p.m.
That's a respect that we
I'll
should
show
show
you that
him
right now. Give me a moment here.
That's a respect that we should show Charlie Kirk. Absolutely.
Here's the new post from President Trump.
Does the shooter know Tim Walz or his wife? It's not funny, but fuck.
In honor of Charlie Kirk, a truly great American patriot, I am ordering all American flags throughout the United States lowered to half-mast until Sunday. Oh, not at 6 p.m. Until 6 p.m. Sunday. Lowered to half-mast until
Good.
Sunday evening at 6 p.m. I'm assuming that's at federal facilities.
Good. The shooter has not been caught yet. Driving P. The shooter is still at
He also
large.
said the great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States better. No one understood, Trump said, or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me. And now he is no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and his family. Charlie, we love you.
I just want to say, I want to echo what Trev said. Any homophobic slurs will get you banned. We don't fucking do that shit here, bro. We don't fucking do that shit here. Don't come in here and start saying slurs and castigating other people. Don't do that. We don't do that here. That's not cool. Holy shit, you guys. It's September 10th right now. It's the day before September 11th. Oh, God. Holy Vibes Records. JD acts like he's God. Well, you act like a little bitch, homie. You act like an absolute fucking cuck. You're probably the reason they put fucking chairs facing beds in hotel rooms, bro. Go watch your fucking girlfriend get run through more, you dumbass piece of shit. The fuck out of here. I'm not your God. I'm your fucking zaddy. Trev said, holy hell vibes.
President Biden, former
I am
President
your
Biden
God.
just posted.
Get him, Trev.
Former President Biden said,
What
There
did
is
Biden
no
say?
place in our country for this kind of violence. It must end now. Jill and I are praying for Charlie Kirk's family and loved ones.
I mean, I doubt his sincerity, but I think it's important that he came out and said that. So well done. Well done. Well done on that. That was necessary. Chris VF said, between the old guy confessing and getting released and the stuff you read from Valhalla, it's really starting to smell like it was premeditated. Oh, dude, this was absolutely not a random act. Somebody absolutely planned this out. Now, whether or not they were a trained professional is yet to be seen. They still don't have a suspect in custody, dude. This is like the biggest thing happening in our country right now. And the whoever did it is still out there. But 100%, this was premeditated. 1,000, dude. Guaranteed. Jonathan said 200 yards is not far, even for an inexperienced person. Dank boards. Political violence is by definition terrorism. Absolutely. Absolutely. And we need to keep that fucking energy. Lisa D, voice of empath, my heart is broken over this. Same. Backwoods Templar said political violence should be considered a hate crime. It should have its own category. And it should, if you kill somebody for political reasons, you should be put to death publicly, in my opinion. Sen said, look, I hate Charlie Kirk, but the video was haunting. Rest in peace. No one deserves to go out like that. And see, somebody who disliked Charlie Kirk, which it's fair. You're allowed to dislike Charlie Kirk. Coming in and having humanity and saying, look, I didn't agree with the guy. I didn't like the guy, but this is wrong. We should all be able to take that stance regardless of who it is or what political side of the aisle they're on. I respect what you had to say, my friend. We got TM Crazy. This is sad. I just started watching his debate vids. It's incredibly sad. Secret Agent Randy Beans. My dad raised me not to be at political opposition, but I am done watching how people on the left not only do this, but then celebrate it. It makes me sick. I'm not being tolerant anymore. And I think that like this suicidal empathy and just blanket tolerance of horrific things is not getting us where we need to be, but neither is political violence. You know what I'm saying? There has to be middle ground. Debbie Childers, thank you so much. My old 75-year-old heart is heavy and I'm crying. This is crazy. What's going on with this world, Debbie? We love you, sis. We love you. Our thoughts and prayers are with you as well as Charlie's family and our entire nation at this moment. Christian said it's crazy how many disgusting people are happy about this. Rest in peace, Charlie. I think that those people need to be investigated. The message from MSNBC is that if you don't use solid logic and push for personal accountability and intellectual honesty, the left won't kill you. I think that's, I can't argue that, bro. I cannot argue that. Like that pretty much sums it up, dog. Jensen, so many celebrating on X, time to report. They should be reported to the FBI, honestly. William Money, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that support. Starvos, rest in peace, Charlie. Prayers to his family. Absolutely 100%, man. 100%. Matthew Watson, I hate political extremists on any side. They make everything worse for everyone, and now they've turned Charlie into a martyr. They most certainly have turned Charlie into a martyr. This is not going to end well for our country and should not be celebrated by anyone ever. Sailor Cat, I have the bad body tingles from seeing that video. I am physically ill having seen that video. David Meadows, this is a fuck around, find out moment how civil wars start. Prayers to Charlie Kirk's family and to our country. May we find peace within this tragedy. And I want to add to that, may we avoid civil war, because that is not, people don't want that, bro. People don't want that. Twisted Jedi said, we need Jesus more than anything in this country. J2 Smirkish, Hassan and Destiny making light of this incoming. Oh, they absolutely will. They absolutely will. Destiny, the groomer pedophile, and Hassan Diddy Piker, 100% are going to be cheering this on. And honestly, they should both be in jail. River Kiefer, rest in peace, Charlie. He will be missed. We have got to stop this crap. Absolutely, this needs to stop, man. Severe Flipper, rest in peace, Charlie. This is so sad. I can't believe this happened. 1000% with you. I'm still in shock and disbelief over this. Texas T, my fear this could start a civil war at this point. After the first American Civil War, the DNC should have been shut down. You know, I think that we need we need the ability to have political choices. The way that the DNC carries itself is pretty disgusting, though. And the way that it canonizes people to violence is getting out of hand. Digital, James, I think that says James, neither right nor left. No one should die for the simple political beliefs in America. Facts on facts, my guy. The truth, there was a school shooting in Colorado, 3 injured students. Absolutely, yeah. And we're praying for those 3 students. Alex said, what'll happen to the sniper in prison? Wood chipper? I feel like they're going to bury this maggot in such a deep, dark hole if they don't execute him, and he should be executed. Whoever perpetrated this 1000% needs to be executed. This was an assassination. Matt Bouchard, thank you so much, homie. Appreciate you. Gimbal on Drew, America has been at war for a long time. People are starting to wake up. The left is demonic. Travis Chonsky, if your side needs to resort to this to make any ground, your side doesn't deserve ground it currently has. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. Pablo said, it's a shame the leading cause of political figures' death is becoming assassinations. Can't believe this is our country. Facts, my guy. Facts. Jordan, not the usual what up, JD. We all need to pray for his family, please. This is not a left or right. We need to unify as a country. This is how the people that are in power, that are destroying our country, destroying our way of life, destroying our quality of life, destroying the fucking American dream. This is how they control us, by dividing us, whether it be by political party, whether it be by race, whether it be by who we worship or who we love. They win by keeping us divided. The second that we drop all the bullshit and we stop looking to these assholes that don't give a fuck about us and think that we're peasants to save us, once we come together, that's when things start to change. Hicka, through all of this and your streams, I appreciate that you do not immediately accept the sensational without doing your best to confirm it, even if the answer is, I need to research and get back to you later. Thank you, Hicka. I know that it's frustrating for some people, but I'm always aware that I don't have all the answers. And I would prefer to tell you guys that I'm not educated enough to speak on something than to give you guys bad information. Russ the Lion said, I honestly thought Charlie Kirk would make it because I saw Kentucky Balliskits survive worse injury to the jugular, which is why I was shocked. Yeah, I was truly hoping that he would make it, and I'm still kind of in disbelief. You said, can't say I agreed with the man on everything, but he didn't deserve this. Same. And I don't need to agree with somebody on everything to acknowledge that they have the right in this country to have their opinion just as much as I do, and it should never resort to violence. We must pray for him and his family. Thank you for covering this, JD. Thank you for being here, homie. I appreciate you, Fuse. Shane Boyd, JD, please tell people how bad this can be if martial law is put into effect for both sides. Martial law would be one of the worst things that could happen because we will lose freedoms that we will never get back. We will 1000% lose freedoms that the government doesn't take freedoms away from you and then give those freedoms back. Once the government takes something from you, you're going to have to fight to get that back. You're only going to get it back through situations we don't want in this country. So anybody who's thinking that martial law will be good for us is absolutely incorrect. Heather, be thy name. This makes me nervous for those of y'all that are out here spreading the truth. Please stay safe. Love you, sister, and I appreciate your concern. Shayna, thank you so much. Or Shona, I'm sorry for mispronouncing that. Bronze Tuna. Alex Jones said Charlie Kirk has been dead for over an hour. Rest in peace, Charlie. Prayers to his family from the Netherlands. You know, they might have wanted to make sure that the family knew and put it to the family to talk about the release, because that with that video, if you saw the video, it looked like he wasn't going to make it at all. Bill S., fucking disgusting, dude. Instead, getting into healthy debate and showing respect, these cowards go to the killing route. Karma is a bitch. Karma is, in fact, a bitch, my friend. Charles Rector, they're looking for Zachariah Krishi in a Toyota Corolla. Let's actually jump back in. Thank you for that update. Let's jump back in with Agenda Free TV and see if they have any updates on the suspect. There is the scene where Charlie died.
He was speaking, sitting in a chair in that tent when he got shot in the neck. Oh, some people are saying this was before. Some of our viewers think that was before. It might be before the incident too. I don't know. So maybe this is from before the incident, that picture. But that is the tent that he was speaking in.
Hold on. I want to say, Bill Hughes, thank you so much for that support, bro. Bill, thank you. Big love and respect to you, Bill. That goes so far to help support us here. Deeply appreciate you for that, my man. Thank you so much.
I don't know. It doesn't say on the caption whether that photo was taken before or after the shooting. I don't know.
Timpanogos Hospital is still on divert, or if we can transport there.
Now, let me just show you again on a map where this happened.
Kim9 God, thank you so much for that support, family. I can't cry for Charlie right now. It's time for strength. We know Charlie wants us to stay strong. I'm not religious, but Charlie would want us to continue to stand strong and seek God and Jesus in these moments. JD, would you lead a prayer here? You know what, Kim? I absolutely wouldn't mind saying a quick prayer. Lord, I just want to pray for Charlie Kirk's family, for those that he was close to, for our nation and the division and the political divide. I want to pray that those that are mentally ill get help and treatment instead of continuing these disgusting acts of violence. And I pray that you would help heal this country before it gets any more out of hand. Amen. I don't normally do that because my personal beliefs around God, I don't like to push on anybody else. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to push my political beliefs or my religious beliefs on anybody else, but I feel like it's really important that we do send love and prayers, whatever you believe, out for Charlie and his family and his loved ones and our country right now. I know that a lot of people, yes, Charlie is dead. I saw that comment. Charlie Kirk is dead. Charlie Kirk is no longer with us. He was assassinated while he was just trying to Charlie was just trying to have open debates with people, respectful debates. Sorry, I got a little choked up there. I fear for our country right now, you guys.
So, this is the university via Google Maps. The speaks was going on. The tent was set up down here, speaking up, facing outward. And according to the New York Times, the university said the single shot came from the Low C Center, which is this building right here, which is about 120 yards away or so. You can see it says 350 feet here, roughly.
So look, you guys, he seems to be repeating stuff that we've already watched him say. That just kind of sucks. I don't feel like he has any new information. Charles said there, okay, yes, we've read that. That is the apparent suspect that they're looking for. Intellectual iconoclasm said, with the massive divide in the Catholic Church, this could cause a schism. I'm sure there are already calls to have him anointed as a martyr. Well, I mean, dude, he's going to be a martyr in one respect or another, whether they actually classify Charlie Kirk as a martyr or not. He is. He is. Lon said, love you all. Leave Earth this way with love. Love you, bro. That was a beautiful statement. Creepy Trucking says, this is heartbreaking to see people cheering for such a terrible act. Rest in peace, Charlie. Sending prayers to his family. Killjoy McNasty said, you have enemies? Good. That means you stood up for something sometime in your life. Churchill, we lost a brother and a patriot. Rest in peace, Charlie. Rest in peace, Charlie, indeed, my man. K-Mac, those planning to take over are coming for those that speak the truth. Time to stand and bring the power back to the people. Carlos, thank you so much, family. Sean Fire, I stay away from all politics, but even I know this is absolutely disgusting. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, and prayers to his family. Motorcycle said, hey, JD, just got home. Good to see you live. I wish it was under better circumstances, my friend. Scotro said, how the fuck is the shooter still loose? This is some bullshit. I really don't understand that, bro. Church LD, I would not be surprised if this sets off a series of violent events, conservatives getting revenge for Charlie, and the left just being insane. I hope that we can avoid that. I really, truly do. I want to throw this up on screen real quick. Even though we've already addressed it, Bill, again, thank you so much for that support. I love you, bro. Spaz, prayers to the people that were there and witnessed it. Yes, them as well. Them as well. I should have included that in our prayer. Depending on the setup, 600 yards can be easy. Okay. And I saw somebody say that YouTube cut to a commercial or an ad as soon as I started praying. I apologize. Just so you know, there's not an ad button over here. I'm not pushing an ad button. YouTube just do what it do, man. YouTube is 100%. It just does what it does. I have no control over that. Joseph, in the end, evil will be called good. Good will be called evil. I feel like we're there. Evie Black, I'm scared that this will start a civil war. I just applied for a gun permit. Charlie Kirk is a modern day archetype or Archduke Franz Ferdinand. I'm afraid this will trigger the war. Damn left psychos. And the fact that they're cheering about it isn't going to make this any better. The people cheering this are not the people who would win if this came to violence. They're cheering violence, but they would not do well if this came to a bigger situation like a civil war at all. Panzer said, I don't agree with Charlie on a lot, but the video broke my heart. I pray things don't escalate to retaliation and violence. And it's totally okay not to agree with other people, man. We used to be able to do that in this country without resorting to violence or calling people names, Nazis and fascists, and snowflakes. Like, none of that shit is helpful, bro. None of that shit helps us as a country. Millennial Minuteman said, I don't want a civil war, but how long does the right put up with it? Some of their best speakers being killed. I do understand that. I do understand that. Hold on. Charlie Kirk a day before 9/11 is crazy. Yeah, it is fucking crazy. I want to throw this back up on screen. Kim, thank you so much for asking for that prayer. And I really appreciate your support, sis. Thank you so much. Cliff Phillips said, I hope they don't give a name, no martyrs. Well, it seems like they already have a name out. They've already announced the name of a suspect and what he's driving, which is good because hopefully that can help catch him. This dude is still out there on the loose, and he violently assassinated Charlie Kirk. Blue Moose said, JD, a guy that works for Fifth Third, said on Facebook, the company assassinations. I don't know if it's just rage baiting or not. We need to find we need a fat binder opened. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sure the fat electrician will be reporting on this. Jimmy Crockett, rest in peace, Kirk. Over words, his life is gone. Disgusting. Love your content, JD. Thank you so much for being here, brother. You gonna jump up there? There we go. Jacob Eckhart, Charlie Kirk, it makes no sense that someone would take someone out that they don't know based on beliefs, yet someone like Diddy gets to fucking walk. Facts on that. ASMR Addict said, Megyn Kelly's live right now. So many left lunatics laughing. It's disgusting, bro. It's disgusting. It's heartbreaking. Tyler Reamer said, JD, man, this makes me so sad. I'm a father, 31 years old, same as Charlie. I have a family, same as him. Heaven gained a good one. I'd love a prayer from you, brother. And we did that, bro. And I know this is going to affect a lot of people, man, because Charlie was a really positive voice regardless of what side you're on, the man was respectful and the man was willing to openly debate. For him to be killed for that is absolutely fucking insane. Speedy Springtrap. I am overcome with rage. I pray for Charlie's family and those that are responsible will be dealt with on this madness needs to stop. 100% agree. Mr. Reynolds. Hi, JD. Thanks for always telling us how it is. My prayers go to Charlie's family and you as well. Cheers from Canada. Big love to you up there in Canada, man. Thank you for your kindness and your concern for us down here. Big love and respect to you all. Nexus, JD, thank you for covering this, brother. People need to hear this. You know, as somebody, I have a lot of respect for Charlie. I've always had a lot of respect for Charlie. I don't always agree with Charlie, but I have a lot of respect for Charlie because he carries himself in a way that to me is indicative of what this country was built on. I don't have to agree with him on everything, but he carries himself in a way that makes sense and is kind and is open for debate. Sundance, this is a tragic day, chat, but we can't let anger we feel push us further towards chaos. Violence does not solve violence. Love you, JD. And you know, I think that once we find the assassin who did this, I think, and I think that the language assassin is perfectly fitting for this. I think that's when, you know, he gets his due process, and that's when violence comes into play because he needs to be killed. He needs to be put to death for this. We need the death penalty on this, and I'm sure that that's what's going to happen. Mark Luca, I wouldn't blame anyone for this murder before we know. It could also be a foreign government. They want to spark a civil war and not the left. Well, you know, anything is possible. Anything is. Redacted. Choosing to take a life over political ideology is disgusting. Facts. Absolute undeniable facts. Sarah K, what is up? Thank you for praying. Love you, sister. Thank you for being here. I think we should all continue to pray for Charlie Kirk's family, for our nation, for everybody who was there and present. They're going to have a lifetime of trauma from dealing with that. Jonathan H. said Charlie was Protestant, not Catholic, by the way. Carl said, thank you for your prayer. Thank you, Carl. I love you and I appreciate you. Thank you for being here and praying with us for our country, for his family, for everyone involved. Korbick said, veteran here. You can tell people to stop thinking or wanting civil war. Stop thinking that people from either side are monoliths based on some idiot decisions. Facts. And a civil war is not going to turn out. You as a veteran know that a civil war is not going to be what these people want, man. They might think they want it. Kalshny Cowboy, big love and respect. Thank you so much. We've got Synthetic Monkey. Charlie will be remembered. God help us. Obtuse Hobo, first super chat ever. Thank you. I take that as a huge honor that you would decide to super chat me here. I appreciate you. From one brother in recovery to another. Long-term addict. I got almost 4 years off the fence. Yes. I feel like you get it, JD. You help me stay clean. Right or left, this is wrong. Hope Charlie is at peace. Much love, JD. Stay strong in your recovery, brother. We're all in this together, and I love you, man. Thank you for being here. My husband said this is a turning point. This is, in fact, a turning point. I guarantee you some consequences come out of this, and our country is never going to be the same. Charlie Kirk was an important voice in our country. Whether you love him or hate him, he was an important voice in our country, and things are not going to be the same. Kalashani Cowboy, Utah local here, over 30 different departments and TAC units responded, Utah don't play, and we're all here praying for his family. Let's keep those prayers up, you guys. Deadpool said an elderly man seen in cuffs at scene, but if it's a sniper that doesn't make sense and they didn't catch him yet, can you help us find the truth? So they did put a guy in cuffs. He actually admitted to it. He said he would do it again. They later released him because he was not, in fact, the assassin. Now they're looking for him. They have someone named and they have his vehicle description. So they're still looking. Steven said the left, especially left politicians, have dehumanized those on the right by calling them Nazis and fascists to the point where people think it's okay to do this, proven by the cheers over Charlie's murder. And I think that you 1000% have a point. I think that that's 100% what's going on right now. Mama Bear said, JD, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And there's a lot going on behind the scenes spiritually in this country right now. Chase Roberts said, when enough is enough, man, this shit has to stop. How are we going to defend our country if it's being torn apart from the inside like this? And it ruins this for all of us, not just the left or the right. John said the left needs to learn to fear God. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Linux Forever said, let's refuse to say the name of the suspect when it's confirmed. I think we should just refer to them as assassin, douchebag, piece of shit, creature, wood chipper lubrication. Joseph G said, pray for the Kirk's family. Whether you supported him or not, he debated fairly and honestly. Facts. He wanted to show us that debate can disagree and still be cordial. Absolutely. 100%. And that's why I respected him even when I disagreed. Jack Hacker, bro, said, how did they not capture this shooter? I saw video footage. This is disgusting and inhumane. We all have to come together to stop this evil, my God. And I do want to check and make sure that we're up to date on whether or not the shooter is in custody here in just one moment. Shauna said, it's a sad day. It's time we as a country take a stand against the violence. When you can have an open conversation on a college campus, how messed up has this country become? It's really, truly sad, sis. It really is. Billy Fogel, thank you so much. And oh my God, Gorb, thank you so much. Huge love, man. I deeply appreciate that. In the beginning, we came into this world as innocents. We live in it, living many different lives, connected only with the voices of others. As to our end, we will never know. There is one ultimate truth. We will see you again, Charlie. Rest easy. You will be remembered. Gorb, thank you for that support and your beautiful words, man. I love you and I appreciate you, brother. Let's see if we have any news currently about whether or not they have gotten a suspect in custody.
Depending on where you are in the building. Now, I have reposted on my X seeing the videos. So if you're not seeing them, there's some sort of issue in X with you are. Oh, I will say this. A video that had 8.9 million views, the most graphic one is no longer there. It's been deleted. So there was a very graphic one. The most graphic one has now been deleted by the account that posted it. That had 8.9 million views on it on X.
8.9 million views and it was deleted. That's the one that I saw. And honestly, I haven't been okay since.
That was the one that a lot of you were looking at. The person who posted it deleted that one. The others are still up there, though. I just saw them.
I'm Kirk from Centennial. Do they need any more assistance anywhere?
Not at this time.
Hang on a second here.
So, as of 10 minutes ago, let me just tell you guys, as of 10 minutes ago, there's still no suspect in custody. There's still, as of 10 minutes ago, no suspect in custody here. This is getting ridiculous. This is fucking psychotic that it has been this long and they still don't have this dude in custody. That's crazy. Dimitri said, you're the man, JD. I'm pretty sure you're thinking the same way as me about this whole thing, but can't say it on YouTube. That could very well be, my friend, but things will get wild after today. Let me just say that I make sure that I'm ready for anything that comes, and there is a lot of things that I can't say on YouTube. Scorched Earth, politics are not God, in which some have made it theirs. Yeah, and it's crazy to me. It's like become a cult. It's become, multiple cults. And it really takes away from people's humanity. You could just dehumanize people because they don't believe the same as you. And that's how you get indoctrinated into doing crazy and disgusting shit like this assassination. GB Packers, people who want war have never truly seen it. The things I saw in Afghanistan, I truly hope no one has to see here. Facts. That's what I've been saying about the idea of civil war. And you know as well as I do, I have seen not the same level of shit that you've seen, brother. Not even the same level of shit that you've seen. But I've seen some shit, and I don't want that happening in our streets, homie. That's not what I want. Who the fuck is this lame? Ding dong, the witch is dead. You are absolutely fucking gone. Stuck 12 dicks, 7-Eleven. You are a whole piece of shit. You are a whole piece of shit. And you are hidden. That's a disgusting thing to say. Jacob said, hey, JD, been here a while and love your live streams. Thank you for being here, brother. Thank you for the prayer, praying along with you. Could you let us know if you hear about a GoFundMe or anything to help his family? I absolutely don't feel comfortable setting up a GoFundMe. I think people that are closer to him who, are more connected should be the ones to do that. I will absolutely, I will share the GoFundMe and I will help in any way that I can. Absolutely. Billy Fogel, the violence being perpetuated at this exact, is the exact definition of violence. Yeah, absolutely, man. And political violence is disgusting. Amanda Lee Marie, when we no longer see individuals, but instead what we think they stand for, this is what we get. It's sad and no one deserves this. Absolutely. Especially dude, he's a fucking father. His wife and kids were there at this event. And now his kids are going to grow up without him. And people are celebrating this. It's fucking disgusting. Ray Meisner, thank you so much, bro. Lord, help this country and the rest of the world come together instead of people using extreme violence to divide it. Was picking up a load in Gardenia, California, and the security guard showed me a video of the shooting. Absolutely gutted, wrenching. I love you, Ray. And thank you so much for bringing up that we need to use this as something to bring us together and to stop the violence, because that's really what our country needs now to be able to heal. David, I appreciate your support. I love you. DJ Cass. When they are caught, the people must demand any AI transcripts. Psycholinguistics is real. Get the data, see the cognitive enforcement. I would be really upset if this was another one of those things where they hide the truth from the people. I think that we deserve in real time to know everything that's going on. Otto Green, pray this doesn't get worse. The generation deserves the same peace we grew up with. Not that being said, plan accordingly. Always plan accordingly, bro. Always plan accordingly. DJ Wolfenstein, may God bless Charlie's family and friends. I'm disgusted by the people celebrating this on TikTok and Twitter. It's disgusting. I am going to be looking for those people, and I'm going to be releasing videos exposing them and eviscerating them online. Just so you know, in the future days, you will see me finding these people and tearing them new assholes in videos online because it's gross. Koberg, Gorbachev said Russia cannot. Gorbachev said Russia cannot beat the U.S., but we can sit where it beats itself. A situation where it beats itself, I'm assuming, is what you meant. The catalog. I think empathy is made up new age term that does a lot of damage. Charlie Kirk, political violence is disgusting. Yeah, I'm not reading that last part, Bubba. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. David said wood chippers don't discriminate when it comes to monsters that commit terrible acts. Big facts, homie. Big facts. Oh, Daytona Jim, what's good, buddy? How you doing? Clearly, this was a hit. Why would CNN be live streaming it? Well, I mean, a lot of these events do have fucking media there. This is a thousands of people event, bro. New beginnings. Isn't it sick the left's cheering for the gun violence all of a sudden? Well, yeah, because they're not opposed to guns and violence. They just want it to be from their side. They want it to be nice and mentally ill. Caleb Otteson, I was at the event. I saw this live. Caleb, are you okay, man? Are you doing okay? Because I know that had to be incredibly traumatic, brother. You are in our prayers, and we love you, man. I'm sorry that you had to experience that. Big love to you, big dog. I ain't no Mac. I'm a Peterbilt. Love the name. I just heard and really hope this country heals instead of tearing it apart. I completely agree with you. And we got Ruben. JD, I really appreciate the insights and perspective you offer. Thank you for keeping it real. I love you, man. Thank you so much, Jeremy Mason. I appreciate you. It's just Jay. They attempted to assassinate Trump. Now they've successfully assassinated Charlie. Yet us conservatives are supposed to be the violent fascists. Shakes my fucking head. This is about to escalate. I sincerely hope that this decompresses and not escalates, but I fear that you are 100% correct. Chris Murphy, the person who asked the question Charlie was sending before he was shot should be looked into. And I didn't catch the question. The clip that I saw was just him talking about gang violence, and then he took a shot. Odd uploader, war sucks, but it may come down to our streets because of this. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. May God bless your family. And please keep praying for Charlie's family. Miss C, JD, I am coming up on 10 years clean. I've seen a lot of sad, cold, lonely, godless days, and I will not let whoever took Charlie from us take away my faith or lessen the power of the truth. Big love and respect. Absolutely. Congratulations on that recovery. Tyler said, as a veteran, this pisses me off, and this should piss all of us off. It doesn't matter what side you're on. Americans' voices being silenced by political violence should piss all of us off. That's just the reality, is that this should piss all off. No one should be okay with this, regardless of what your political beliefs are. You have the freedom to have those political beliefs, and you shouldn't be shot in the
update coming up from authorities. What is this say? I think we might be able to get it here. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I want to see what this update from the authorities is. Do they have a suspect? Do they have a suspect?
What's the residence or number of the house of the shed?
From Google Maps, it looks like it's 519 West, 800 South. 519 West, 800 South.
I really want to know if they have somebody in custody.
Where you at?
It's ridiculous if they don't have somebody in custody.
Copy, I'm on 8 South right now.
No, CNN reports no weapon has been recovered. So again, I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted because I am doing my best to at least to see what video. I can't just steal, like Utah news video. And the situation's a little strange with this press conference, stranger than usual, with the rights and everything. So if nothing else, I'm going to get you video, get you audio of it. But I'm kind of looking around here to see what I can find, and I want to make sure I don't miss the start of it.
Yeah, so this dude's video is a little bit jumpy for me.
I can show it to you. Hold on a second here. Thanks to B&O News, who mentioned where I can find it. Hold on a second here.
Okay, let's see what's going on here.
Supposedly.
And his stream is a little jumpy for me. Is it jumpy for anybody else?
On the screen. Supposedly.
Yeah, there's YouTube is bogged down right now, you guys. Any channel is going to be a little bit jumpy right now because so many people are watching this.
TU 25 me at my harassment location.
This is crazy. I'm going to run this on full screen so that we can watch it and see if that helps the lag.
Open that back up. I'll be heading to incident location.
All right. Supposedly Utah DPS is showing it. So, again, supposedly. So I'm keeping an eye out for them.
Headed back to the airport. Exiting at center. Maybe 2 minutes or two. Bro.
All right, so this is going to be starting shortly.
Looks like that's the firm.
It has not started yet. I'm literally looking at a video of the podium.
That's 5J or 7J detail.
So again, I'm supposed to have video. It's supposed to start in a minute or so. I don't know if it's going to start in a
Looks like
minute.
we got multiple callers. It may be right on the border.
Yeah, so press conference coming up.
10-4. I'll respond.
Usually, when authorities broadcast their own press conference, they'll post it live right as it's going live.
So I just went and checked my internet, and my internet is absolutely humming. So I think that this is legitimately that YouTube is absolutely going crazy. Did I miss anything while I was checking my internet?
And they are not live
yet.
yet.
A shed that's kind of in the backyard. It's down a hill.
Redonk said it's a matter of time before they put this
Again, we are waiting for
on Charlie.
the
Oh,
press
well, he
conference
said
any
things
moment
to
now.
make this happen.
It has
Yeah,
not
there's no
started yet.
excusing this. There's no excusing
Supposedly,
what
I
was
will
done
have
to
video of
Charlie.
it.
What they did to Charlie is absolutely disgusting and inexcusable. Nathan Smith said, how much you want to bet communist with a Gucci bag is celebrated? This sick stuff, him and that little.
Yeah, brown shingles. Have we made contact with this home?
Blue Moose, JD, where can we send screenshots? I'm seeing so many people celebrating. This is disgusting. Hit me up on Insta,
It's
brother.
not live yet.
Delusions. I hear news. I'm so sick. This needs to absolutely stop. Violence is violence. Nobody deserves to lose their life. Big facts, brother. And Mark, having served in the
I
Corps,
have not heard that anybody else was injured at this point. I have not heard of anybody else being injured.
having served in the Corps, this is sickening violence. Wasn't what I fought to defend. No one had to agree with his politics, but
And
to
I
kill
apologize.
him
I'm really just focused right
because
now
of their
on not
feelings
missing
were
the
hurt
start
over this is absolutely barbaric.
of this press
Mark, I
conference.
agree
It has
with
not
you
started yet.
wholeheartedly, bro.
And
I agree with you
trying
wholeheartedly,
to get
Mark.
you this. It has not started yet, the press conference.
So there's going to be a press conference here in a minute, and I'm really interested to see what the official story is and if they have any new
Starts, I will get
information.
you coverage, hopefully video coverage.
Unfortunately, this shit for me is lagging pretty hard. How did the security team not clear the space? What the hell was going on? The shot was to his neck. The shot had to be at close range. No one saw the guy with the gun. I'm so angry. This is absolutely insane. What's going on? So they were saying that he was shot from the low B building, which was, and it's not been fully released yet, but I believe they were saying it was 200 to 300 yards away. I'm not sure how they let this happen. Scoot said this is insanity personified. God bless and protect us right now. We are losing the war between good and evil. It sure does feel that way, doesn't it, Scoots? Gary's metal detecting common theme is trans. There have been shooters. The last words Charlie said had trans in the sentence, JD Delay. So what I saw was him talking about gangs. I didn't hear him talking about trans, but I've heard multiple other people say that. But what I heard 100% was him talking about violent gangs. What did you guys hear him say in that clip? People who've seen the clip. Did you guys hear him? Yours sounds goody. The other feed is jumpy though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I was trying to figure it out, bro. That's why I went and checked my internet. And I think it's his internet, or I think that YouTube is overwhelmed. Ghost Rider said, a husband, a father, the fact that these POSs are celebrating his death is sickening. They all need to be investigated. Gangs and guns, gangs and guns. I keep hearing people say that he was talking about trans. What I heard was him talking about gangs and guns. And then he was boom. David said, I hope South Park does something in honor of Charlie Kirk. Remember, never stop talking. Like, look, man, the dudes from South Park will roast everybody, but I guarantee you, Matt and Trey aren't out there celebrating this dude's death like these disgusting maggots are, bro. I guarantee you they're not. Jacob said the guy who initially arrested should be held in jail and charged for obstruction and lying to law enforcement. It's probably due to the heap of trash the real murderer has made it this far. I 1000% agree with you. I think they need to charge him with, possibly like conspiracy. They need to look into it and investigate it more. The deep state couldn't lose college campuses. Yeah, well, I mean, Charlie was definitely a threat to the colleges. Steve said the UK loves your work. I love you guys out in the UK, man. Up on screen. There we go. ASMR Addict said Utah has the death penalty. Good. I was wondering about that. Now, I think that they'll probably hit him with some federal charges once they get him. And I guarantee you this dude's going to get executed. Sydney said last question was trans gun violence. See, I didn't hear the question because the clip that I saw was very limited. It was very short. The clip is apparently been taken off of X. So I'm going to research and look into that. Blockhead, as a father, I will protect mines, but I will never wish for my son to grow up in a civil war. Fuck no, bro. Hell no. Let's all learn from Charlie's actions on how to act as a country with people that have opposing opinions. Rest in peace. That's one thing that you have to give Charlie, regardless of what side you're on. He was about peaceful, respectful dialogue. But they're going to say, the left is going to say, oh, but his words were violence because he disagrees with us. You have to stop being retarded. You just have to. At some point, you have to stop saying shit like silence is violence, words are violence. No, bitch. Shooting someone in the head is fucking violence. Somebody having an opinion that you don't like isn't violence, you blundering fuck nugget. It's so insane to me. If you speak on something and you disagree, it's violence. If you don't speak the opinion they want to hear, it's fucking violence. And meanwhile, they've got people out here doing shit like this, and it's disgusting, and it needs to stop. Chris said a guest on CNN already put it on Charlie for his beliefs and debates. Of course, CNN would fucking platform some disgusting, horrific garbage like that. CNN should be fucking fined for that. That's fucking gross. Jarrett Proctor said, this is what's happening to America. Cover lookup, KGB defector, Yuri Bezimov's warning to America. All this nonsense is already going on. Rest in peace, Charlie. David Varika said, JD, Robert Mosley uploaded a video that shows an individual on the other side of Charlie in a white shirt that looks like he was aiming a gun at Charlie. And is that on YouTube, my guy, David? Is that on YouTube? Let me see if we can get that up. Because that seems like something that I would want to see. I'm assuming that he didn't show the whole The whole thing. There's no way that you could show that on YouTube. That assassination was, that video that I watched was so beyond disturbing, bro. So beyond disturbing. Let me see if I can find what you're talking about right here. Is it David Maudsley? I don't see a David Mosley. I put an extra E in that shit. David Mosley. Yeah, I'm not seeing that. Is there any way you could pop a link to that in the chat? And if any of the mods see that, please bring it to my attention. Because I would love to see if there was somebody standing with a gun pointed at it, because it looked close range, dog. Helen said, nobody deserves this, no matter their opinion. Rest in peace. Big shout out from Canada. Big love to our family up there in the north. Gorb said, love you, Gorb, by the way. I love you. I had been estranged from faith for years now. I'm going to the place it all began for me and lighting a few candles. Wish you all well on this dark day. Hold steady. Big love to you, homie. Big love. EK said the deep state couldn't lose college campuses. Well, that seems factual. George Allen said, second super chat I've ever done. Love you, George. Thank you. Appreciate you. I love what you do, JD. This is disgusting. A patriot, family man, and a Christian. This is an attack on American values. It absolutely is, homie. It absolutely is. Garrett said he was asked about trans shooting first. He then was asked about the amount of gun violence in America. He asked if he should count gang violence, then boom. Yeah, absolutely. See, that's aligned with what I saw. I saw him talk about gang violence and then he was hit. Gary's metal detecting. It's like brains are reverse engineering to attack sanity. Fuck, dude. Yeah, I see a lot of that. Odd uploader. What I see now is that they are saying it was a high-powered rifle suspect. This is not in custody. No, they do not have the suspect in custody. They do not have any suspect in custody still. Let's see what's going on over here, if we have gotten to this live broadcast yet.
They just posted that.
Are you less glitchy yet, homie? Can you please be less glitchy?
I cannot confirm that is where I cannot confirm.
Bro, okay, I'm sorry.
That
you guys.
Those videos do.
I love agenda-free TV, but I just can't do it with all this glitching, bro. We've got to find something else as a source. I like agenda-free TV because I actually believe that agenda-free TV is a pretty, like, I think that they do a good job, but I can't deal with all of this back and forth glitching and everything, man. It's not cool. I hate CBS News,
He's been
but
part
let's
of
see
this
what's going on.
conservative scene for quite some time. He started quite early on the grassroots level. Can you talk a little bit about that impact that not only he has had as a political figure in his own right, but also the movement he has helped spawn through Turning Point itself?
Well, yeah, and that's just, we heard some on our air earlier today saying how attending and speaking at a Turning Point event could be just as effective as speaking at a Trump rally in terms of the mileage you could get out of doing so. That clips of it would spread, that the word of mouth would spread, that the donations might come in, that the volunteers willing to show up to help you because they liked something you talked about would suddenly materialize. That there was real equity, or you could get results.
So that's crazy because it seems like CBS News is not having problems, but agenda-free TV is. Am I doing okay? Am I glitching out? Because it seems like CBS News is doing just fine.
In essence, for being associated with them. There were conferences held by Turning Point and its various entities earlier this year that drew several senior Trump administration officials, because before their government work and during it, they understood they were there in part because he made it happen. He helped find the voters necessary in the swing states. He helped draw the support needed to make sure the Republican senators voted for them, maybe even some Democrats. And he was sustaining that support by talking about them, having them on as guests, and making sure that his followers knew about them. But again, we talk, Nancy, in this country about making sure that young voters are engaged and that they participate in the process. That is what he was doing, whether you agree with him or not.
And that's facts, dude. That's facts. He 100% was about seeing young Americans get involved with politics and get out there and vote and engage in healthy debate. And a lot of people just didn't like what he had to say. And so somebody did this horrific assassination. And it's absolutely disgusting. Now, here's what I would like to do. I would like to, so my buddy Valhalla VFT is going to be doing a video about the whole breakdown of the shooting tomorrow. I'm sure as well that Brandon Herrera is probably going to be doing something about it. So I'm really interested to see what people that are more experts than I have to say about it. And I'm sure that we're going to continue to take a look at the actual shooting. I really want to know when we have the fucking suspect. And it seems like there's no new news on that. It's crazy that it's taking this long. Dalton said the idea that anyone is actually celebrating or blaming him for his own murder outright is appalling. Absolutely appalling, bro. Absolutely appalling. Clever Canoe said the debate is over. They don't want to talk. I think they've made that really, really clear that they are not here to talk. They're here to do some violence. And it's really sad and sickening. GTV said these sickos online are celebrating that children just lost their father. Imagine how sick you have to be to rationalize that. Pretty fucking sick, my guy. And they're doing it in public. Like when we reopen the asylums, I think we have a pretty good idea of where to start looking at people to see if they need to go, don't y'all? People that are like celebrating this dude being fucking assassinated should be analyzed to see if they're mentally well or if they're a threat to themselves and the community around them. Because we definitely could get a lot of insane asylums built, bro. Like I said, the person asked about mass shootings when Charlie was responding, he was including gang violence. Nico Ortiz showed it on his live. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. And imagine the irony that that's what he was talking about when he was shot, man. What a fucking tragedy. Jonathan said it's important that we not give in to vengeful thoughts. Charlie was confronted with words, not violence. Pray the perpetrator with traitor in caps. I like the way you did that. Is caught and brought to justice. But keep your thoughts clean. God bless. I agree with you on that 100%. Yvonne said that was a professional hit. Now people are saying there were two shots, two shooters, military people are. Well, I've watched the video repeatedly. I only heard one shot. But, I can be wrong. And I'm 100% okay with being wrong. Let's see how this progresses. Rick Robbins said they targeted Charlie because he was taking the college and the youth vote. Well, he was definitely swaying a lot of people. He was a fucking force, bro. Charlie Kirk was a force. And I understand that he went after colleges, and I'm sure that, colleges tend to breed this suicidal empathy that the left seems to really use as a snare and a hook to indoctrinate people. Like empathy that is so far gone to where you sympathize with a shooter and demonize the person who just got murdered. Type shit, bro. Type shit. Jeremy Mason, on college campuses, they have to have hella cameras. If they don't catch someone, it's a cover up. Well, they have they say that they have tons of footage of the person and they're now looking for them. They've even dropped a name and what the person was driving. Sith Gamer said when the senator in Minnesota was taken, nobody on the right praised it. When Trump was shot and now Charlie has been shot, people on the left praised it. I did not hear anyone on the right praise that Minnesota dude getting hit at all whatsoever. Never saw anyone on the right And I get a lot of left and a lot of right people in my feed because I want to know what they're saying on both sides because I'm not on the left or the right. So, yeah, I did not see anyone on the right praising it, but I see a lot of people on the left wishing death upon Trump. And I've seen them wish death upon Charlie. And now I'm sure that they're praising whoever did this. LRAK reacts. In your opinion, JD, what happens next in this tragedy? Well, hopefully we find the assassin. We try him with some serious crimes. Maybe we make, in my opinion, what should happen is that we should make a new law for political violence like this. And it should be death penalty. If you kill someone in a politically motivated event like this, you should 100% get the death penalty. They should have a specified law for this. That's what I would like to see happen. Lucid Red Rum says, this makes me absolutely sick. I've cried because I'm mad. I've cried because it's so fucking sad. Prayers to Charlie's family. This world is much less better place now that he's gone. And I would agree with you on that 100%. Even as somebody who doesn't agree with everything that Charlie says, Charlie, what he brought to the table was positive as far as his message of getting young people involved, having healthy debates. Charlie was not a person of violence, and he was ended by violence for his political beliefs. That says a lot, man. Teo said, kid asking the question should be looked into. Type sus. Yeah, absolutely. John Udison was the suspect regarding TMS, the keyword to fire. I won't be surprised if it's another TMS shooter. Are you talking about TRNS? I don't know. The initial report that I heard, let me just tell you guys, the initial report that I got from somebody who's pretty connected was that Charlie had gotten shot at, but that he was just grazed and he was okay. And that turned out to be the farthest thing from the fucking truth. In that same report that I got, they said that the shooter was trans. Now, the first part of it turned out to be entirely false. So I don't know anything about the second part. I can't, the first part was super invalid. Jaden Bridges, man, today's been fucking crazy. My dad gets out of the hospital and then Charlie gets shot. What the fuck? It is a crazy, sad day. Stay grounded, stay around people that you love, and stay positive as much as you possibly can. Pray for Charlie's family, pray for the people who were there, and pray for our country right now. Lone Wolf said, I smell a really bad cover-up. Call the fat electrician and get another binder going. Absolutely. I think that the unsub boys are probably going to go really hard on this. Jensen, check your speed. If it's above 1x, it does all that. I don't even know how to do all that, brother. I'm going to tell you, I spent most of my life in trap houses and incarcerated, and I do the best that I can with all this technical shit, but I'm not the best one at it, and I apologize for that. I really wish that I was better at it. I need to take some time and study up. My dude, Gary, man. Gary's metal detecting. Love you, bro. I just observed the entire shooting video. That was a 223 round, very distinctive in my prior career, no doubts. I know you know the sound, JD Delay. So sick and demented. Dude, that video was such a hard watch, and it's haunting me, dude. It's haunting me. And I'm accustomed to violence. But that was a hard watch for me. Maybe it's because I respect Charlie, Twisted Gaming Lounge, such a sad day today. First Charlie, then the Colorado school shooting happened in my district. My sister teaches in. The violence needs to end. And please give love and prayers to those who are suffering from the Colorado incident. I know that the Charlie Kirk shooting is going to outshine a lot of people talking about and giving the proper attention to the victims there. And I will be looking into that and I will be reporting on it. But right now, where we're at is with the Charlie Kirk situation, man. But please keep them in your prayers. Rick Cox, I live just down the road from the school, ride by it every week. I can't believe this would happen in Utah of all places, or to someone as nice as Charlie. I'm heartbroken. I think a lot of people feel the same way right now, bro. Thorin, JD, do you think America is going to have another civil war? I pray wholeheartedly that it doesn't, brother. War is not what most people think. And to have a war here on American soil would not be good for anyone. Not anyone. Charles Bowen, the amount of evil I've seen today truly scares me. It has been a very dark day. Tomorrow marks the anniversary of one of the darkest days in our country's history. This is all very, very, very disturbing, man. Brickhouse said, I met Charlie once when I was in college. It's horrible that someone who pushed so hard for the act of open dialogue be silenced. Much love, JD. And, you know, the left is going to try to get you guys to remember that Charlie was a far right radical and yada, 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 and words are violence. The truth is he was a person who just pushed for people to be able to meet in debate and speak their opinions and their truths and try to find a middle ground. And yes, he's dead because of that. Will Dog said, YouTube is throttling non-mainstream creators, so it's not just you. They're giving the big platforms wide bandwidth and throttling other channels. Well, that would explain it, because I do be paying for the very best internet a man can get. And I don't usually have any streaming issues like this at all, man. Thank you for cluing me in on that. Holy shit, I missed one. Redline said they will keep poking the bear until the silent majority takes it into their own hands. A lady in Phoenix was already saying to take up arms and to buy ammo. Let's not do that, guys. Let's not do that. I mean, you should have that shit. If you have your Second Amendment rights, you should be. I don't understand why anybody with Second Amendment rights doesn't have a surplus. I don't understand that. If I had my Second Amendment rights, I would have a surplus. My family all has their Second Amendment rights and they have a surplus. I personally do not. I do not own, possess, or handle any types of that shit because I'm not lawfully allowed to. And if there's one thing that I stand for today, it's falling in line with the law, because I respect my freedom and I don't want to lose it again. I hate showering with other dudes. I'm not a pipe monster, bro. I don't want to shower with other dudes. I don't want to ask cops for toilet paper. I love my freedom and I'm going to keep it. And I hope someday that I'll be able to get my Second Amendment rights restored to me, as they've been unconstitutionally stripped from me. The Second Amendment wasn't granted to us by our government. It says that it's a God-given right, and man has overstepped its bounds taking it from me and a lot of other nonviolent felons. LD Ferguson, when leaders keep telling people they're being attacked and fascism is coming, what do they expect? This is absolutely despicable. Do you guys think that the people who keep saying things like this is fascism, this is the Third Reich coming back, all of this stuff, I want to know, do you guys think that these political leaders and these people in the media need to be held accountable some way? Let me know in the comments. Okay, I'm going to jump over to the press conference that is streaming right now. I want to see this, you guys. I want all of us to see this. So let's jump.
Are out there in the digital space, and they may be watching us right now on their phone or at home on their flat screen or their laptop. And
on behalf of the FBI, we extend our sincerest condolences to the family and friends of Charlie Kirk. Our thoughts are also with the people who witnessed this traumatic event. We know that what you experienced was very difficult. Our thoughts are with you as well. As soon as we heard about the shooting, special agents and personnel from the Salt Lake field office responded immediately. We have full resources devoted to this investigation, including tactical, operational, investigative, and intelligence. To be clear, the FBI will fully support and co-lead this investigation alongside with our partners. We are working on setting up a digital media tip line, and as soon as it's established, we'll get that information out to everyone. I know there's a lot of questions. This is very much an active case, and this investigation is in its early stages. We are following all the leads and all the evidence. If anyone has any information, please report it to the FBI or local law enforcement. Thank you.
And I just read that they did charge that dude that they took into custody first, who said that he did it and he would do it again. I heard they just charged him with obstruction of justice. I hope they nail him to the fucking wall, man. To the fucking wall.
On behalf of President Tuminez, who we've been communicating with, and she's on her way back right now, I say that on behalf of Utah Valley University, we are shocked and saddened by the tragic passing of Charlie Kirk. We express our sincere condolences to the Kirk family. We grieve with our students, faculty, and staff who bore witness to this unspeakable tragedy. He was invited by the student group Turning Point USA to speak on our campus. We firmly believe that UVU is a place to share ideas.
I am seeing reports that Kash Patel reported that they got the shooter 8 minutes ago. That is a non-confirmed report that I've just gotten, but I wanted to immediately give you guys the information.
And to debate openly and respectfully. Any attempt to infringe on those rights has no place here. We do not condone any form of violence at UVU and seek to make our campus a safe place for all.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this dark and tragic occasion. I want to thank our law enforcement officers who are leading this investigation, starting with Chief Long and his response here with the UVU Police Department. We're grateful for your leadership and your team. And again, to the speakers that you've just heard from who are co-leading this investigation. I also want to recognize Sheriff Mike Smith, who has been an invaluable partner as this investigation moves forward. I've been in touch with President Trump, with FBI Director Kash Patel. We are completely aligned with our state and federal partners as we work through this case. Now, this is a dark day for our state. It's a tragic day for our nation. And I want to be very clear that this is a political assassination. We are celebrating 250 years of the founding of this great nation. That founding document, the Declaration of Independence, that this great experiment on which we embarked together 250 years ago, that we are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights. The first one of those is life. And today, a life was taken. Charlie Kirk was first and foremost a husband and a dad to two young children. He was also very much politically involved, and that's why he was here on campus.
Okay, I want you guys to know, just posted 12 minutes ago, FBI Director Kash Patel said the suspect for the horrific shooting today that took the life of Charlie Kirk is now in custody. Thank you to the local and state authorities in Utah for your partnership with the FBI. We will provide updates when able. So we have the motherfucker in custody. They have a suspect that they believe is the right one this time, not just some 70-year-old nut who said, yeah, I did it and I'll do it again. But apparently they have the actual suspect in custody, according to the director of the FBI, Kash Patel, directly from his X account.
Charlie believed.
What color hair they got? Con the Walrus, bro. Bro. What color hair they got? Bro. This is such a sad thing. I can't laugh, but that was legitimately like, holy fuck. And we're going to find out details soon. He didn't give any details on this.
In the power of free speech and debate to shape ideas and to persuade people. Historically, our university campuses in this nation and here in the state of Utah have been the place where truth and ideas are formulated and debated. And that's what he does. He comes on college campuses and he debates. That is foundational to the formation of our country, to our most basic constitutional rights. And when someone takes the life of a person because of their ideas or their ideals, then that very constitutional foundation is threatened.
Bro, this dude is fucking cooking, y'all. This dude is absolutely cooking. I agree with everything this dude has said. Really quick, Queen of Black Hearts said, I'm scared to be conservative. I'm scared for my family. God save our nation. Sister, please do not allow them to put fear into your heart. That is what they want. This, make no mistake, this was politically motivated terrorism. And the goal of terrorism is to strike fear into the masses. Do not let them win. Stand steadfast in your beliefs, in what you feel is right, whether I align with them or not, whether anybody aligns with them or not. Do not let these terrorists, do not let these disgusting creatures push you to live in fear or to operate out of fear. You're going to be okay, honey. And as a nation, we're all going to stand together. I love you. I just had to speak to that. Thank you for the support, and I love you. Do not allow them to push you into fear.
Now, we have a person of interest in custody.
Woo!
The investigation is ongoing.
Wood chipper!
But I want to make it crystal clear right now to whoever did this, we will find you.
And fuck you up the butt.
We will try you. And we will hold you accountable to the furthest extent of the law.
Yeah, that, not the butt fucking thing.
And I just want to remind people that we still have the death penalty here in the state of Utah.
We have the death penalty here in the state of Utah. Fucking go. Yes.
Our nation is broken. We've had political assassinations recently in Minnesota. We had an attempted assassination on the governor of Pennsylvania. And we had an attempted assassination on a presidential candidate and former president of the United States, and now current president of the United States.
I need to say this. American Fulcrum said, hey, JD, if you see this, I saw that Charlie's wife and child were in the front row when he was killed. So please, you guys, keep Charlie's family in your thoughts and in your prayers. Please, if you are a praying person, please pray for Charlie's family. I can't even imagine if someone from my family was taken from me in front of my eyes like that. That's fucking so disgusting. That's so disgusting.
Nothing I say can unite us as a country. Nothing I can say right now can fix what is broken. Nothing I can say can bring back Charlie Kirk. Our hearts are broken. We mourn with his wife, his children, his family, his friends. We mourn as a nation. If anyone in the sound of my voice celebrated even a little bit at the news of this shooting, I would beg you to look in the mirror and to see if you can find a better angel in there somewhere. I don't care what his politics are. I care that he was an American.
Yes.
We desperately need our country. We desperately need leaders in our country. But more than the leaders, we just need every single person in this country to think about where we are and where we want to be.
Yes.
To ask ourselves, is this it? Is this what 250 years has wrought on us? I pray that that's not the case. I pray that those who hated what Charlie Kirk stood for will put down their social media and their pens and pray for his family, and that
Yes.
all of us will try to find a way to stop hating our fellow Americans. With that, we're happy to take a few questions.
So I keep seeing people say, I heard they have a shooter in custody. They do have a suspect in custody. That is confirmed. That is absolutely confirmed from, hold on. That is confirmed from FBI Director Kash Patel right here on his X. That is confirmed that they have a shooter, a suspected shooter in custody right now. So that is absolutely where he said that they'll come with more details when they can. So hopefully we'll hear more about that soon. Yvonne said outrage over the Charlotte event. Now this pro hit. This was a professional hit. Question the kid asking the question, was this set up? So I see a lot of people feeling like the kid that asked the question about mass shootings right before he got shot must have been involved. It could have been a wild coincidence, but it's kind of fucking sus. Wouldn't you guys say? It's kind of sus. Enoch, video Bob Mosley is where you could see the video. Rest in peace, Charlie. Video Bob Mosley. Okay. Ben Capps, Utah has been firing squad as an option for the death penalty. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see if they get the conviction whenever they find who did this, and they will find who did this. There's too many cameras. There's too much going on, too much surveillance on a college campus, and especially for an event like this, they're going to find the person, and they're going to know for sure that it was the person. I would love to see firing squad. I'd just like them to televise it. Fucking televise it. Chad, the TH historian. They just made Charlie the white Martin Luther King Jr. Congrats, left. You ever so tolerant people. That's a really good point, my guy. It's a really good point. Twisted Logic said, I just keep flipping around channels and YouTube for a different outcome. I'm in such denial. It's horrific, and it's hard not to be in disbelief. Gioni, actions speak louder than words. This action does more to harm the party, the person it supports. Yep. Who thinks this should be a firing squad situation? Wood chipper candidate. Firing squad. I think this should be a firing squad situation. I don't think that we're ready for public executions with wood chippers yet. I think that people are too soft for that. Although I'd love to see it. Charlie Kirk is the white MLK. I don't think he's far off, dude. I don't think that he's far off. Michelle Lee Eckstein, love you, sis. Rest in peace, Charlie. I didn't always agree, but he's always made me think. We are no longer a civil nation. I don't know what we need to get back to being civil. Please pray for peace. Love you all, family. Well spoken and eloquent, sis. Captain Patriot. Well, some would say moderate conservatives died with Charlie. They don't want to see extreme conservatives. Second Amendment. I think this does get worse from here. Fat guy gets mad. Love you. Thank you so much. I know I'm a little behind on the supers, you guys. Some of this was really important to see this press conference. Thank you for your patience. I love you. Azra, God be with America. God comfort his family. God avenge him. Facts. The catalog. Call me appalling. I love you, dog. Gary's metal detecting. Cops standing still, hands in pockets, looking at rooftop while crowds are running like he expected it. Right side of Charlie, far side of Charlie. I really need to see more video of this because the only video that I saw was the close-up video, just a few seconds of him getting hit. And it was absolutely ghoulish, bro. It was terrible. Steve, JD, may they borrow the wood chipper when they catch the psycho? I wish they would. Crypt, school shooting in Colorado as well today. What the fuck? September 10th, the day before September 11th, is going to be a dark stain on America's history. 2 days in a row. Sabrina Hull, love you, sister. We lost a bright light. All these people in media that incite violence need to be held accountable. I agree 1000%. The Goblin's Green, if they don't give us the suspect for real justice, aka the big D penalty, then they chose the people's consequences. Careful with those types of statements in public on the internet, brother. I love you. The Goth Vagabond, I woke up around 5 p.m. and my best friend told me Charlie Kirk is dead. I broke down crying. I liked him a lot. My heart is broken. Although I may not have always agreed with Charlie Kirk, I liked him and I respected him and I respected what his mission was. And it's okay not to agree with everybody all the time. I agreed with him more often than not. To be 100% real with you, I agreed with him on more than I disagreed with him on. Backwoods Templar, there's a quote from Teddy Roosevelt about speaking softly that YouTube doesn't like. Speaking softly is getting harder and harder. I think there was something about carrying a big stick. The Foxy Gamer, good to see you, fam. Love you. Brian said, this man was murdered for speaking the truth. Let his messages never die and pray for his family. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Linux Forever. Breaking agenda-free TV, suspect in custody. Yes, Kash Patel is confirmed. Jensen, the gear bottom left, click on that. Playback speeds should be there, but if other channels are good, it's likely not that. So I think some of the bigger channels are good and some of the smaller channels are getting kind of less bandwidth. Mr. Bone, FBI says suspect is in custody. Absolutely. Dark Knight, if people do not truly think that this is going to be a reckoning for this, just don't be shocked. Half of the nation is tired of this shit. I'm tired of this shit. I am absolutely tired of this shit. I think that this is going to be a breaking point for a lot of people with a lot of this insanity. And it should be. It's gone too fucking far. It's gone way too fucking far. And people need to be investigated. People need to be penalized. People need to be put in prison. Daddy Wolf, investigate Blue Sky. Prayers to Charlie's wife and kids. God bless you, America and the world. Christ is King. So you're talking about Blue Sky, the leftist Twitter, right? David said, look for Video Bob Mosley. The video name is, did this person shoot Charlie Kirk? Look behind him. Okay. We're actually going to look for that because I would really like to investigate this with you. I looked for Robert Mosley, so we are going to be looking for Video Bob Mosley. Did this person shoot Charlie Kirk? Okay. Hold on.
This video, Bob.
Hold on, you guys. Let's see this because this seems incredibly important. This seems incredibly important. I want to see the video and the person standing behind Charlie. All right. Let's get into
Donald
this.
Trump just confirmed the death of Charlie Kirk from Turning Point USA, who was shot today. I've collected some videos. This is very hard for me to watch, but I've collected some videos that I want to present to you, not for sensationalism and not for clicks, but I want to try to help this investigation because I've noticed something.
Hey, hold on. This doesn't actually show the actual shooting, right? I would assume this doesn't show the actual shooting. I'm hoping.
Maybe somebody else will pick up on it, but I'd like officials to please take a look at this video. So tag them in it.
It does. I'm sorry, you guys. I refuse to show the shooting. I'm not going to do that. Out of respect for Charlie and his family, I'm not going to show a video that shows the shooting. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Yeah, no, we can't show the shooting on here. That would be so abhorrent. I respect Charlie Kirk. I respect his family. I'm not going to play it if it actually shows the shooting. I thought that it just showed pictures of the guy standing behind him that he thought may have killed him. I refuse to show the shooting. I can't do that. JD, earlier you said that you're not a Republican. Facts. I've said that I'm not a Republican for like 20 or 30 years, man. You know, I've always said that. I've 1000% never claimed to be a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I don't do either side. I'm an American citizen for the American citizens. If I were to be in a party, it would be the wood chipper party. The Goblins Green said, we need everyone in this chat to go join Turning Point USA. Charlie would want us to band together. Do not run away when it's time to be a man. Our LRAK said, for your future tech support team, this whole situation is going to stir up crazies on both sides of the political aisle. Aspire to be better. Both sides. Everybody should start following a more peaceful path. Michael LaRoche, when debate stops, you've lost the argument. Facts. And these acts of violence is a clear L. Kim Nine God, love you. The fact that someone ran diversion proves this was a long planned thing, likely weeks, if not months in advance. The will of these men are so weak. And I did hear that they, the guy that they originally put into custody, that they ended up releasing, who admitted to the shooting and said he would do it again, they have charged him with obstruction now, which is good because that he needs that. Mill, it's not just online, but I have friends that I've known since high school celebrating his death. And I just stopped associating with them once I found that out. I would too. Anyone that, if I see people celebrating his death, they will be blocked. I block people. I know some people feel like they won if you block them. I don't care, bro. It's not about you. I block a lot of people. There's creators that I've worked with before that I used to be friends with that I stood up for that have attacked me online. Immediately blocked. No, I'm not debating with you. If you wanted to talk to me, you had my phone number. You could have hit me up. Instead, you were a little bitch and you took it to fucking social media like an asshole. Immediately blocked. Absolutely blocked. So I encourage you to block people if they are being abhorrent about this. F-bombs. JD, I've been watching your content since you started on YouTube. Thank you so much, homie. Keep up the good work, fam. I believe this will push the gun control nonsense even further. Well, since this was a right-wing person being attacked, I don't know that it really will. People on the right seem to understand that this is a mental health problem and probably an indoctrination problem. I think that the right will more than likely go after the people who have been pushing this narrative that Charlie Kirk is a fascist and a Nazi rather than the guns. Fred W., pray for Charlie and his family from the UK. We love you all. Thank you so much for that, brother. I appreciate it. Lizzie says, hey, JD, I've been watching you for a while, and I wanted to thank you for praying for Charlie Kirk's family. Violence is not the answer. It's okay to disagree, but not to kill each other. That was the first time we have ever prayed on live on this channel, and it felt like the only right thing to do. So I thank you all for being here. Even those of you who don't share the same belief system, it's a sign of respect, and thank you for being here through it. Relic 95 said, killing someone in cold blood just because you disagree with them is macabre and disturbing and disgusting. Hope the murderer is made an example of. And that's my point, is we need to start making an example of him, of these people. Like I said, Charlie would want us to be strong. Absolutely, Kim. Third Dog said, I'm not afraid. I'm angry and hurt at the same time. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Sup Doggy said, never shut up. Don't let them scare us. Facts. Harold Coburn said, as a retired veteran, this is not the America I signed up to defend. Just watching it, I knew it was bad. This was when people need to come together and celebrate his life, not his death. I love it. Celebrate his life, not his death. Thank you, sir. Quibbly Danger, Mr. Delay, I know God's forgiveness is infinite, is ours. My forgiveness is fucking not infinite, dog. My forgiveness is very thin, and it's reserved for people who actually deserve forgiveness. God can forgive whoever the fuck God wants. I do not question God's will. My forgiveness? Absolutely not. No, I do not forgive people who do horrific things to innocent and vulnerable people. That has never been in my get down. That will never be in my get down. I don't give half a flying fuck, bro. Y'all can forgive whoever you feel like you need to forgive. I don't. I forgive people who actually didn't cross a line that should never be crossed, and people who sincerely make an effort to change the behavior and never do it again. But first, they have to take accountability for it. Master Poopy, sorry. What's the over under on the shooter being a Decepticon? I don't even want to speculate, homie. You guys can in the chat, but be respectful. HB Rhymes, thank you so much. Love you. Dark Horse, every year it gets harder and harder to stay reasonable. It sure does. It sure does, man. Let's see. We got Tina Marie. If our forefathers were alive today, they would be so disappointed in what this country has become. Facts. I think they would say that we need to take it back. That's what I think our forefathers would say, is that the people need to take it back from these fucking thieves, liars, cowards, and fucking anti-American people. There are people in America that are in power that are so anti-America. They hate the people. They hate the principles that this country was founded on, and they're robbing us fucking blind. Rogue Warrior said Democrats in Congress just refused to have a moment of silence for Charlie. Did that really happen? Did Democrats in Congress just refuse to have a moment of silence for Charlie? Can we get names? Can anybody give me names of the people who refused to have a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk? Wild Ramen Luchador Productions. Kirk was not an angel, but he had 2 little kids. I feel bad for them. He's another victim of culture our government is giving to us. It needs to stop. None of us are angels, my guy. His wife and kids were sitting front row at the event where he was assassinated. For a man who just wanted to debate politics and debate the future of our country, be assassinated in front of his wife and kids is horrific. Megan J, thank you so much. I'm very surprised in my blue town flags are half staff right now. It's dark and gloomy here. The skies are gray and it feels fitting. Well, I love that they're showing that respect. Dalton Cheshire, Conservative Vibes was there and has his own footage of everything. Just thought you'd want to know. I will check that out. I actually hit up my friend Conservative Ant. He is a gay conservative who does some amazing content. To check on him. Still haven't heard from him. Worried about my homie. James the Bluegrass Biker. What's up, big bro? Been a while. Sad you can't express your beliefs without dying. Facts, brother. I love you and it's so good to see you again. Neil Nunez. I'm in shock. Rest in peace, Charlie. You'll be missed, dude. Facts. Roman Wolf Gaming said, stay on a bit longer. I need it. Suspect caught. The suspect has been caught, bro. Suspect is in custody. Per Akash Patel, director of the FBI, announced it on his X account. LD Ferguson, be careful. Screen is visible with shades. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I never look no wonky shit up, bro, but I appreciate it. I don't have anything that I just assume that there are federal agents monitoring my phone at all times. So I'm never doing nothing wonky or illegal anyway. I really do like this profile picture though. That's me and Jelly Roll, Jackson Bunny in their kitchen. Handyman, are we witnessing a coup? I doubt it. John, all the bullshit rhetoric about everyone on the right being Nazis has a lot to do with this. And I agree with you 1000%. As somebody who's not right or left, let me just tell you, the demonization from the left of the people on the right incites these people to violence. And I think that the left absolutely knows that they have a lot of mentally unstable people in their demographic, and they are inciting them to violence. I absolutely agree with you. And can we stop with the Nazi rhetoric? These people don't even know what real Nazis were, bro. HB Rhymes, this is absolutely disgusting. He was an icon for us. He inspired me to come back to God wholeheartedly. God bless Charlie Kirk. May he live in heaven. It's so sad, bro, but it's so good to hear that he had such a positive effect on your life. Handyman said, we are witnessing a coup of our government. Stay frosty. I want to know, did anybody say anything? Who were the Democrats that refused to do a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk? I will find out and I will shame them. I will shame the fuck out of them. I absolutely am going to shame the fuck out of every Democrat who refused to have a moment of silence. What a cowardice act. What a terrible fucking human being you have to be. Death silence. Kash Patel just announced that they caught the shooter. Yes, 100%. Queen of Black Hearts. What kind of American are you? Civil War seems a bit more true these days. We do not want to push for that. I promise you, we do not want war in our streets. Cage, this is sickening. I do not know how much longer I can remain peaceful and compliant. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. We need to stand up and fight. I'm getting tired of the BS. I denounce political violence. I understand your frustration. If you're going through that and you think you might be at risk of being volatile, find someone to talk to. Do not resort to acts of political violence. Satirical siren. AOC wasted no time making a good man's death into a gun control issue. Tears and prayers for his family. Well, AOC is a walking trash bandit. She is a walking fucking trash compactor. AOC is a fucking waste of fucking space, dog. The Worm Bolt. The Wombolt. Media needs to stop separating us, and psychic wards need to be brought back, man. Make asylums great again. Big facts. LM, you could be a false flag. This could be a false flag to distract from pressure to release the Epstein docs. Would love your opinion, love your content. Well, I love you, LM. I don't think that this is that. I really, truly don't think that this is that. Charlie Kirk at first was speaking out like, let's get these Epstein documents. And then he changed up really quickly and stopped talking about it. I think he was falling in line. I don't think they would sacrifice him in any way, shape, or form as a distraction from the Epstein documents. I think that this is way more something that came directly from the left. No, let's shame that fucking lame. MJ, JD, still down for Orange Daddy. You must be legally, legitimately, medically fucking retarded, bro. You have a diagnosis of being stupid as fuck. I have 100% called that dude out over and over and over again. And like, bro, I didn't think TDS was a real thing. I thought it was just some makeup shit. But y'all bitches got TDS. These people who keep saying that after the literal, we're probably reaching 100 videos I've made calling Trump out. And y'all just can't not fucking say it. It burns your fucking tongue, doesn't it? Stay obsessed. Keep him in your throat, deeper in your esophagus. Let him disrespect your entire family lineage. A person who calls him out over and over and over again, you still got to get in the comments. He likes Trump. Fuck you and the cunt you crawled out of. Bitch. We're talking about Charlie Kirk, not your obsession with a fucking dude. James Lindsay said First Amendment rights equal assassinated. Got it. I mean, pretty much, dog. War Masher. I don't condone violence, but the left just took a step too far. And they're going to find out the FAFO of the right. Please do not put that shit in public. You could end up on a watch list or worse, bro. Please, please. I'm asking you guys, do not say things in the comments that is going to put you on a fucking watch list. I promise you, you don't want to do that. You don't. And also, we don't need more political violence. We need less. Ben Caps, I watched the video Bob thing. The guy he's talking about did not shoot. He was fidgeting with his hands a lot and jumping around, but he did not shoot. Thank you, because I wanted to watch it and see what he was talking about, but I refuse to amplify that man's video of him dying. I won't do it. I won't do it out of respect for him, respect for his family. At this point, JD, if you aren't on the watch list, you should be embarrassed. Fucking Nipple Wizard. I love your name. I've been on a watch list for a long time, bro. I know for a fact that I've been on FBI watch lists for a long time. I have what's known as STG. I'm part of a security threat group. So I've known that I have been for a long time. Yeah, we're not reading that. It's me, Alex. You should 100% fuck off. Mr. Rage a Lot. Hey, JD, I feel like this is going to change the political standing for a long time. I feel as if the left has pushed this hate for too long and needs to be stopped, and it needs to be shut down at the top. I think that there's some changes coming after this. This is, no pun intended, but I believe this is a turning point for our country. Somebody said that Charlie Kirk is the white MLK Jr. of conservatives. And I think that Charlie Kirk just became one of our country's major historical martyrs. Mario Lopez, thank you and amen to you, brother. Prayers and family members left behind. God is the final judge. Hopefully he has a golden wood chipper. That's a beautiful image you just shared with us, my friend. California music, mental illness caused this. Facts. Mental illness. And I think that, people preying on people that are mentally ill to indoctrinate them and canonize them by demonizing certain individuals that don't agree with them. Tim Titan, love you, JD. I've been a fan of yours for years. I think at this point, it's just a fight between good and evil. And I definitely see that too, bro. Queen of Black Hearts. No, not pushing for it. Last thing I want, it's the quote from the movie Civil War. Oh, okay. Yeah, we do not want a civil war here. But yeah, no, I don't remember much of the movie Civil War. When I watched it, I was kind of in and out. I had a lot going on. John Yarborough. Rest in peace, Charlie. John 3:16 through 17. Brad Jr., thank you so much, brother. The BTK. Michigan Senator standing moment of silence. 2 Democrats disrespected Kirk, refused to stand. Keep up the good work. Who are those 2 Democrats? I want to know. I want names. I want names because I'm going to call them the fuck out. Sphinx, it was a handful of Dems rejecting prayer after moment of silence. We need to unite. Understand someone's political view does not mean supporting this. Pink Bunny Slippers, attempting to silence voices with bullets instead of arguments violates the very core of our liberty. Yes. Fucking fire right there. Spartan Cowboy said, my man, I love your channel. Thank you so much, but it's not a channel. It's our community. It belongs to all of us. It's a shame people chose the side of the BS. That's the political party. It's about waste, right and wrong. I think there some of that got super sometimes get a little messy to type out, but I agree with you. I get what you're saying, brother. F-bombs. What did I say about gun control nonsense? Facts. Zero fret. Charlie could easily have been the future Republican part of the Republican Party. Look at what they took from us. Well, what they did was they made him a martyr, bro. What they did is they made him one of the most stoic characters from the right in a really long time. And there's going to be major consequences. If you don't think there's going to be blowback from this, you're tripping, dog. Mr. Solon, if you had the power, how would you address this issue? Also, I love your content. Wood chipper for president. I would start by addressing the people who are using platforms, whether it be politicians or the media, that do this constant, nonstop, hateful rhetoric, calling people Nazis and fascists. I would. You have to be really careful when silencing anyone. You know what I'm saying? But I think there need to be consequences because they're literally inciting violence. They literally are inciting violence, and they know that a lot of their demographic is mentally ill because let's face it, you have to be mentally ill to do this type of stuff, and it just keeps fucking happening. Roman Wolf Gaming, you should talk about how scary the Secret Service is. The Secret Service is no joke, bro. Secret Service told me about shit I've been doing for months. And I don't think they were on me for months. I think they retroactively figured shit out with the quickness. The Max Star. Thanks for all the great work you do, JD, and keeping us updated with the truth. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Love and light from Australia. Love you, brother. Kappa said, rest peacefully, Charlie Kirk, and condolences to his family. Facts. Death silence. There are 4 boxes to liberty: soap box, ballot box, jury box, and cartridge box. Republicans use them in order. Dems tend to start at the end. I mean, we're seeing a lot more of it for the love and tolerance party that's anti-gun. They just fucking assassinated Charlie Kirk, bro. They just fucking assassinated the man. Hicka, some people like acting on their darker impulses, but not receiving the consequences of them. If you call them certain labels, obviously everything is fair game against them. That's the motivation. Facts. Tennessee man, if this is not war against the right, then what is? I mean, it really quite literally is. Robert Curtis, the literal hive mind on YouTube, play the clip of what he was saying before he got shot and he was being asked a question about trans shootings. I think that what he was being asked about was mass shootings. I don't know how trans was in it, but I need to go back and look at the whole clip. I've only seen a few seconds of the clip and it was incredibly disturbing. Comrade said, I am greatly saddened and disgusted by how demonically evil this world is becoming now. This is ridiculous. May Christ our Lord have mercy on our souls. Secret Agent Randy Beans. I don't think anyone wants a civil war, but I still think it could be coming. My dad always told me growing up, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. I am not saying not to prepare. I'm not saying that if you don't have if you have Second Amendment rights, that you shouldn't have a surplus. You should have a food surplus. You should have power sources that don't run on the grid. You should have water sources that aren't relying on the grid. You should have, all of your armaments per se. You should have all that shit if you can afford it. But hope for the best, prepare for the worst, for sure. Hammy One TV, love you, appreciate you. Keith, what's up, man? Navy vet here. Most would not survive a civil war. If you have not served, you do not understand. Just saying. And brother, I'm trying to tell him, brother. Hear you? I saw screenshots earlier from somebody who was making death threats 24 hours prior. The FBI should be looking at a certain Twitter post. Oh, I promise you they'll get there. The FBI is fucking thorough, dude. Fucking thorough. Absolutely thorough. Fallen said this might be a spark for something big and not something we want. Both sides will try to leverage this, and it's going to get bad. United we stand. Rest in peace, Kirk. Facts. Dalton said, should never want violence. In this case, the best thing we can do is remain peaceful. But for all of our sake, don't shy away from open dialogue. And Charlie Kirk would want us to continue having open dialogue. They win in this if we're afraid to speak. That's what they want. This was an act of terrorism against our nation. To shut people who have opposing views up. Do not let them win. DB Gaming said, I live an hour from where this happened. I'm deeply saddened by the state, by the hate in this country. My condolences to Charlie's friends and family. Absolutely. The negatory nerd. Law-abiding, tax-paying father is assassinated for saying words. Words, bro. What happened is akin to domestic terrorism. And that's just what I was saying right before I read that. It is terrorism. It's absolutely terrorism. He should be charged in the state of Utah and given the death penalty. He should be charged federally and given the death penalty. They should kill this dude like 8 times. California music. I made a song called Wood Chipper inspired by you. Hey, check it out when you have time. Much love. Love you, bro. Thank you so much. Stephen Weatherford, Charlie helped me realize after Floyd how brainwashed I was. This to me is not about left or right, but about how dangerous free speech has become. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Chris Shook, it's not just a mental health situation, but a mass media situation, especially on the leftist Democratic side. That's fair, and you're right. The Chunky Panda, JD, gun violence is disgusting, but Charlie's rhetoric advocates for it. He did not state that gun deaths were acceptable. he did state that gun deaths were acceptable in 2023. I've never heard Charlie say anything advocating for gun deaths or gun violence. I would have to be shown that, because everything that I've seen from Charlie has been quite the opposite. So I'm not going to comment on that because I don't know. I haven't seen what he was saying in 2023, that particular thing. So I'm going to not comment, because if I'm uneducated on something, I don't speak on it. But none of that justifies what happened to Charlie in front of his wife and kids. Jeremy, thank you so much. Corey Hart, thank you for everything you do, JD. My wife and I loved and respected Charlie. We may not have agreed on all fronts, but he didn't deserve this. This is a dark time we're living in. Prayers for all. Jeremy said, people called him a fascist, then he was murdered for his opinion. The irony is so palpable. And there's a lot of us, I want to say to Corey Hart and his wife, there's a lot of us that feel that same way. And I love you guys. And thank you for being here. You and your wife, Corey. Mickey Gutierrez, this one cuts differently. I'm hurt and mad as hell. God help us. Sarah Beamer, sister, this is not the world I want my granddaughters raised in. This is not the country I grew up in. Facts. Facts. This type of violence is not okay. This shit is absolutely crazy. Well, you guys, we're caught up on supers. I love you. I think we're going to jump off here. I need to go eat some food. I still haven't eaten lunch yet, and it's 4:00. I just want you guys to go away from this with the understanding that we cannot let them win. We cannot let them win. Do not be afraid to stand up for what you believe in, regardless of how unpopular it is. Pray for Charlie and those who were there and his family and friends. Enlightened Mindset said being nice is no longer an option. I do not condone political violence. Darth Scorpio said, thanks for everything, JD. I fear this is just the beginning. Well, we're going to see what happens. We're going to keep you guys updated. Remember to pray for Charlie and his family. I love you guys. Hold on. Seratoic said, Georgie Schwartz, I think, is behind this. He and his organizations are connected too much. That is wrong with the world. Oh, are you talking about George Soros? I wouldn't be surprised. Slam Hessen said, just saw on C-SPAN video of the House asking for a silent prayer for Charlie Kirk. Jasmine Crockett was the loudest in opposition. Of course, Jasmine Crockett was the loudest in opposition. Who would expect any type of decorum or respect from Jasmine Crockett? She is an absolute fucking trough goblin, bro. Jasmine Crockett is a fucking loon. I don't know why she still has a position. She should be fucking physically, forcefully removed from that position. They should drag her from the building and take her key card, bro. That's fucking disgusting. I will do a video on that. Louis Scott McCampbell Martinez said, Charlie has been an inspiration for me for years. I met him at Purdue. My heart still hurts. We lost a true American. Big facts. I'm going to do this last one. Satirical Siren. I had just started watching clips of him again this last week. I didn't always agree with him, everything, but I respected him and appreciated him. I'm a wife and a mother. I can't imagine his family's hurt. It's devastating. And that's exactly how I feel. I don't agree with everything the man said, but I know that his heart was in the place of opening debate and people being able to practice their freedoms that this country was built on. And I agree with you, sister. Jonathan H. said, no political violence, but protect yourself. Facts. Stay strapped or get clapped. Alex Farwo, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk stood up and fought for what he believed, a true role model for us all. I stand and fight for what I believe, even if it leads to my own death. Aaron Lowry, apparently there was a shooting at a high school in Colorado today as well. There was, and that is absolutely tragic. You guys, please don't forget to pray for Charlie, his family, his friends, the people that were there, and the victims and the kids in the Colorado shooting. I love you. Until the next one, it's always one love, baby. Be good or be good at it.